Hey now, what's up everybody? Sunday. What a day. What a week. The last day of the week here as we celebrate on Easter Sunday. What do we always celebrate on Easter Sunday? The success of Katy Perry reaching space. Atlus, I know you're a big fan. Any thoughts on her reaching space? What do you think? Any congratulatory words you want to share? Go ahead.
Yeah, I absolutely loved the flower that she bought for her daughter Daisy. I totally knew that before she went up there. I didn't learn that at all.
Okay, so, there we go. And it's very important.
Huge fan.
Very important for us to celebrate these kind of things when they happen. And I hope you all celebrate it with your family, wherever you happen to celebrate Katy Perry reaching space. Anyways, we are back. As you can see, Atlus is back. I've been begging him for this show to come back for the last how many weeks now. Finally, he's made time for us. Thank you, Atlus.
Sorry. Very busy boy these days. You know how it goes, running a household and all.
That's not true, actually. I forgot to add your guy back. Hold on, let me get your guy in here. People won't know you're here.
I do need my guy.
Hang on, where is he? And I used to change it, but now we're stuck in this. Okay, here we go. Go, come on out loud, Atlus. Go, 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 go. There he is. It's the working style guy, which is my favorite.
We are working here. We're mining for the gold dust. I'm checking it out. I'm just putting the barcode on it.
So obviously this Sundays is the worst day for me to follow the guy. So I usually lean on Atlus to tell me about what happened with the guy today. But I think I've learned that Atlus also doesn't know what happened to the guy today. Is that true?
Yes, this is true. It was Easter style. We were busy. We had things to do. I've been running around.
Fair enough. So we have no idea what happened with the guy today. Judging from YouTube titles, it appears he was threatening to wage quit smart guys, which is weird. And what else? Did he hit the goal today? He was threatening to quit Minecraft. So
Well, he's starting to quit smart guys before. Like that was the plan, right? After WrestleMania, if it doesn't make enough money, we're done with it. I thought that was old info.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Mike says massive bags hit the goal at the end, and he sucks at Minecraft. There we go.
All right, we knew that.
Back on track as usual. But anyways, okay,
the filler day, folks.
Today, we got to get to this, guy. We got to get going, and we're not going to be pausing because, guys, we're on part 1 of episode 46, and it's normal bullshit. But on part 2, my friends, look at the thumbnail, and I'll tell you the title, the theme. It says Mobile Gaming Opinion Shift, but that's in part 2, so we got to get there. So no bullshit.
I can't believe you revealed it. I thought you were going to leave it a little more vague and pop off when we got there.
No,
but okay, still it all up front. I like the style.
Yep, I'm letting them know what we got to get to. That's what we're working towards. All right, guys. So no bullshit. Let's just get there. I believe that is WWE Supercard, by the way. He's showing on the screen, but I'm not sure. But we got to get there first.
I want to say yes.
We got to get there first. All right, so let's finish up part 1 of episode 46, which I'm sure is great. Remember where we are. This is the 2nd or 3rd episode after we've moved to Washington State, and everything's going well. Big ups, Roger. Happy Easter, everybody out there. Let's fucking go. Come on.
Mania 31 next year. Congratulations on that. Because it is close to us and it is on our bucket list. And I was wondering if you could give any advice from your experience of going to WrestleMania. Thanks for all the videos.
Well, very
great. Perfect timely. Let's go.
Look at this. Look at us. So timely. WrestleMania tips. Go ahead.
My WrestleMania experience, if you remember a couple of years ago, I went to WrestleMania with John Rambo.
Yes.
Is a little different than everyone else's, and the reason that I say that is when we went to WrestleMania, I lucked out because a fan tweeted me an exclusive code to buy like really incredibly good seats. I mean, I'm talking ringside seats. We were so
this guy always profiting off the fans.
So when we went to WrestleMania, basically we got to a certain point and we were kind of ushered in, and it was like a special area with catering. Of course, the catering was incredibly expensive.
So that's not really catering, then, is that's not really catering, is it? My understanding of catering is it's a table where you can take stuff. It's free, though. But catering where you got to pay for it, I mean, all right. That seems like I don't know what kind of VIP you are at that level, but anyways.
Fair enough, yeah.
Pocket City House's Happy Bunny Day. Rip Bozo. Oh, God. Come on. Biggs Buddy did nothing wrong.
And all kinds of seating and stuff that's not common for just going to WrestleMania. And that was the one-time thing. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I have no desire whatsoever to ever go to WrestleMania again. After the one, I got it out of my system. I could say I was there. And it's one
he holds
done,
true to this day, though. Give him credit on that. Consistent there.
Yep.
For me, okay? But you want to know some advice? I have some really good advice for you. Number 1.
Oh, please.
Be ready for an incredibly fucking huge line. To get into WrestleMania, even if you're hours and hours early, the line to get in takes over an hour. Because there's so many people going there and trying to file in time, it takes them an incredibly long time to just get you through the front gate.
You get it?
Prepare yourself. Have water ready.
It's one of the biggest events in all of wrestling. Of course it's like that. You're basically going to like the music festival of wrestling.
Yeah,
right?
A lot of big events have big lines. Okay, anything else?
Especially if WrestleMania is in April, it might be hot. When we went, it was actually hot outside.
Oh, April. What a scorcher in April.
Have water and drinks ready. If it's cold, have...
I like the ancient weather segment. That's nice to see.
Yeah.
Some gear ready.
April, hottest month of the year, as they say.
If it's raining, bring umbrellas. You're going to be outside. You're going to be waiting in line for a ridiculously long time to even get inside the arena. Okay? Once you get inside the arena, it may be confusing to find where you're going to sit depending on where WrestleMania 31 is. I don't even know. But that's going to depend on the arena and the arena staff. Don't hesitate to rely on arena staff to have them help you tell you where your seats are or how to get to them.
Definitely.
You know, just go wherever. Fuck them. Don't listen to them.
He's begging them for, excuse me, I'm looking for my seat.
I'll tell you this.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
And then he'll get lost by himself and then blame them and say they don't know.
This idiot told us. So far, watch out for big lines, and if you need help, ask. That's the massive advice we've shared so far.
But don't trust them, because they probably won't know. Sound good?
Mainly expensive. I mean, I'm talking like $5 to $10 bottles of water. No shit. I mean, it's that expensive. Food, it's going to be like $8 hot dog.
So food and drink is expensive at big events. Okay, this is huge. New information.
So if you're going to eat there, definitely bring lots of money. You're going to need lots of money. I don't even know how else to say it. It's going to be incredibly expensive. Please. And the last piece of advice that I have for you is
Bring snacks from your ears.
Depending
like
on what the final match is, okay? I'm going to warn you. This is a big...
Oh, yeah. I think this is where he says he dipped out before the ending of WrestleMania. Can you believe that? Like, dude, I think so. Let me make sure I'm not stupid.
Before.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm not being stupid. Hold on, let's
warning for everyone. Depending on what the final match is, if it's something you really want to see, great. If it's not, if it's like,
he does advise you to leave early. You're right.
Dude, WrestleMania, you spent thousands on a ticket. I don't give a fuck. I'm staying till the end.
Absolutely. It does not matter. If you paid that fucking much to go, you better watch every goddamn match.
Yes, and that's one thing you know how it's not important to him, because, like, all of that shit is part of the experience, right? Because, like, I know, I can just many memories of with my dad going to a hockey game. And, like, we would go, and then we wait till the fucking end, obviously. And then that walking back in the crowd is part of the experience. You know what I mean? Like, it's like everyone's happy.
You pour out onto the streets. Yeah.
You know? That's all part of it. And, like, if you just want to dip out, that means you don't care that much about it in the first place. But, you know, it just, that's how he operates.
Don't be afraid to leave early. And I'm going to tell you why.
He doesn't care about something? Huh?
Yeah.
What?
Because John and I, when we went to WrestleMania 29, that's what one it was, left because the main event was John Cena versus The Rock Part 2, which we were like, this get...
John Cena.
Who cares about them?
Yeah, who knows those? I mean, whatever happened to those guys? Am I right? I mean, who knows? I wonder what they're doing.
These jabronis, they'll never get over. Who are they?
This match sucks. We saw it last year. The match was terrible. We know that The Rock is going to get winded within 5 minutes of this freaking match.
Oh, obviously. Thank you, Philip. The Rock is going to get winded.
All year, CM Punk got pushed under the rug so The Rock could come back for this bullshit match that we don't care about. We were really pissed about that. There were like 100 factors contributing to the fact we didn't want to see this match. We were so pissed.
How much do you want to bet that he talked Rambo into leaving, right? Because what can Rambo say, right? He got tickets for free. But you know he wanted to see the fucking main event of WrestleMania. Oh, God. I feel bad for Rambo.
We'd already seen a decent card.
I just can't imagine spending $2,000 on tickets to a main event that you're going to leave during. That's still not processing to me.
Yeah, that's true. If you know what the main event is, why are you spending thousands of dollars?
Yeah, if you didn't want to watch the main event, buy different tickets somewhere else.
Or go wait till next year.
A bunch of people in person that we'd never seen in person before. We're like, okay, whatever. Let's just get the fuck out of here. So as this match was starting, we left. Wow. We got out of there within, say, 10 minutes. Dude, the traffic that there must have been...
How do you know?
After that match, when everyone was trying to leave by themselves, there probably were people who didn't leave for 4 hours.
Yeah,
so probably. We got the fuck out of Dodge early, and we got home at a decent time. So depending on what your situation is, if you're staying at a hotel or whatever, it may be different. But we were driving all the way back. We got the fuck out of there. We missed nothing because I seen the match. The match was terrible, just like I thought it was going to be. And
okay, the match, of course. Yeah, the match was terrible, by the way. Like I thought it was going to be. Nailed that one.
I was right, obviously, as always.
I wish I remembered this because I'm going through the the Phillips debunk of the Howard and OJ video, not Howard and OJ, Howard and Rambo video. You know, I wish I remembered this because Philip brings this up many times about how I took him to WrestleMania, by the way. Yeah, but you made him leave fucking early. Jesus, how good is that? Jesus.
We got out of there in time.
That does fucking suck.
Yeah,
that's a detail that does add quite a bit on.
Doesn't make it as cool when you make them leave before the main thing.
That's a little precaution. Okay. Oh, last thing. If you're in an arena that's outdoor, meaning it's an open air, again, prepare for rain. There was actually rain during the WrestleMania we attended.
Outdoor means open air?
And stuff, so we were good. There were some people who were unprepared. They're standing there soaked. Like, what did you think was going to happen in an outdoor arena?
Yeah, you know how fun that would be, actually? But all right.
Geniuses,
yeah, they were probably super into it for that, 2 or 3 hours. They had to be wet and cold. It was probably hype.
I remember when I don't know how old, there's a concert was outside and it rained. It's like the funnest thing ever because it's just a rare thing that happens. It's like, wow, this is cool. It's like, have fun in your fucking life, man.
The ball in the rain is a good time too.
Yeah, anything, just fun. Nibity says, "Happy Easter 420 to all. I expect that ALT and Atlus to have taken multiple edibles before the show. I did on Friday night. I stick to a once a week schedule. I got to be very tight to my schedule. I'm very addictive personality, my friend. But I have not done anything.
Old people, they're very scheduled that, unrelated to the addiction.
Thank you. Atlas, what? As Philip said earlier this week, you got to pick your poison. What do you do for your poison? You have to pick your poison. Would you a drinker? What are you doing?
I hang out with you fucking nerds. That's all I got time and money for. I don't know how you guys afford to do anything. Y'all aren't as broke as me, I guess.
Next level.
Picking poisons. Come on, folks.
Next question.
Okay.
From GazerBeam395. He asks,
go.
Dear Phil, since you're a fan of Dragon Ball, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball GT? Have you watched
I know Atlas is not a fan of Dragon Ball. So.
any Dragon Ball films, such as Cooler's Revenge, Broly the Legendary Super Saiyan, or Dragon Ball Z Battle of the Gods, to name a few?
Oh, please.
Thanks, keep up the good work.
Please.
Good question. I've talked about Dragon Ball in the past, but I never really elaborated on it. When I was growing up, Dragon Ball, the original series, was actually on early morning TV on like syndicated networks. So you'd get up and turn like channel 11 at like 6.
I have no memory of this, by the way. Never saw Dragon Ball on my TV anywhere. I saw there was some like anime on like some channels, like Ghost in the Shell. I remember that, but it was just too weird for me. I didn't like it. I didn't even give it a shot. But
30 in the morning.
Yeah, I saw a lot of Toonami, and it was Dragon Ball and like Inuyasha.
Oh, Inuyasha. I remember that too.
That's
I thought that was too weird. I didn't get it,
that
but
was
I
really
thought it
weird.
was
My
weird.
cousin liked Inuyasha, and I was like, I'm good off that. Don't make me watch that ever, please.
Yeah, I wonder what I would have done if I gave it a shot, but I just thought this is too weird. I'm out. So that was it. But I remember that Inuyasha too. That was around. I remember that on TV.
Little kid Goku doing stuff, and you're like, what is this? This doesn't even look like an American cartoon. It looks like grainy and terrible. That was the thing. They were like bad rips of the Japanese thing with bad dubbing. The show looked awful. And you're like, what could this be? And you're like, you wouldn't even understand what the hell 60 it was,
FPS.
right?
What the fuck?
Later on, Dragon Ball Z came out.
Excalibur is saying he is true. Dragon Ball was in syndication and heavily edited. Okay, there we go.
And it got picked up by things like Cartoon Network, and it started being hyped and getting a lot of views, and people were getting really excited about Dragon Ball Z, and it became a really hyped thing. And at that point, I started watching Dragon Ball Z, and I was like, this is an interesting show. Now, what I didn't know is that I was watching the Americanized version that cut out all the blood, that cut out all the swearing, that cut out a lot of stuff, right? So eventually, I was really interested in watching the rest of Dragon Ball Z, and I actually heard that there were a few people that I knew who had it, but they had like bootleg tapes of it, right? So I was like, I don't want to do that. So eventually, finally,
that's the real fans.
The internet, got faster in the late 90s. I actually found a few websites that had all of the Japanese.
It's too. We don't do that for poor people.
With dubs.
But you did say he's not a poor, so
yes, he is not.
Come to find out, there were literally like 5 seasons of the show that had never aired on American TV yet, and the show was over. The show was over in Japan. It had been over for a long time. So I ended up watching the entirety of Dragon Ball Z, basically in these little downloaded clips, and they weren't great. They were like pixely, but at least you could tell what was going on, and you could read the subs and kind of understand the plot lines. And
I wonder what. Yeah, that's a long time ago. I wonder what he's talking about. How small files are we talking about here? Like pixely, but you can see what's going on?
I liked it. I actually thought that Dragon Ball Z was a great series. Of course, that was one of the series, the origination of We Stand Around and
Yeah, like 90s. What is he using to download that in the 90s? Good point.
talk a lot instead of fighting, because I am the strongest of all the strong.
I wasn't alive. I couldn't tell you.
Me neither.
Strong of the strong is my strength. When I use my strength to get the strength levels up to the
it is.
strong, I am the strongest. The next guy would walk up over here. You said that you're strong? No, I'm the strongest. I will prove that I'm the strongest by using my strong of strength attack on your strongness. And another guy would say, wow, those two look pretty strong. And that was basically Dragon Ball Z in a nutshell. Everyone just talking instead of fighting most of the time. But
yeah, but you said you liked it, so
it was fun. It was fun and fun.
Yeah, this is what got him into it. He wanted to see more of this, except unless it was bootleg, of course.
Later on, I found out there's another show. There's a show called Dragon Ball GT.
There's a different
I was like,
anime?
Oh my god, a whole history lesson.
Like,
what?
Dragon Ball, I thought it was over. If you watch the end of Dragon Ball Z, you'd think logically that's the end of the series. It kind of had even like an epilogue and everything.
It even
Boy,
had an
did that show
epilogue.
suck
So basically, it's
monkey ass.
over.
I mean,
of course.
that one really was terrible. That one,
Terrible.
you could tell just from the first episode that this series was a blatant cash-in that really had nothing to do with the original creators of the show. And that was the
Everybody's
truth.
looking to scam and scheme except the guy, of course.
How old was he when he came to this revelation, by the way? Right.
He apparently was not rich.
This is clearly a cash-in. I never thought that when I was, however old the fuck he's claiming to be. This is a cash-in, definitely.
Written by the people who wrote the original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. It was actually like created a spin-off series made just to make money. Right? Just like a lot of these things that go on way too long and they should go away. And it was a continuation.
Like the guy.
Awful.
Holy
Goku turns back to a kid. What?
What?
So that goes back to his original form from this early series. Doesn't even make sense. It was really stupid.
Oh, that's like the arc we're going through. Holy fuck.
How dare they send him back to being a kid? This doesn't make any sense.
And
how dare he go back to being the king? It doesn't make any sense.
What? This is so weird, huh?
Dragon Ball GT.
How dare they do this?
I'll tell you this. Dragon
Please.
Ball is good because it's a show that's more like adventure. Okay, adventure and comedy.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is a little cool because it's kind of adventure, comedy, but it's also combat. Dragon Ball GT is a steaming pile of monkey shit. Don't watch it. It's terrible. Okay.
Any thoughts, chat? He's talking to you. Almighty Goki. He's talking shit about your game, bro. Matt Ice says, is anime the reason why we have this iteration of Phil where he endlessly and needlessly talks in circles for days on end? I don't think so. I think it's more of a he doesn't have any other content, so we got to get the history lessons.
Yeah, he's got a time slot to fill. He's like television. He has to be on.
Ooh, okay. GT did suck. He's right. GT sucks. GT was kind of meh. Pretty much no one likes GT. Okay, well, there you go. Well, if everyone hates it, it doesn't mean anything. All right.
Okay. All right, hold on one second.
Is this the safe cookie cutter opinion DSP's taking once again?
Yeah, seems like it.
Years after the decision was already made by the consensus?
Yep.
I just want to be sure it wasn't a package for me because recently I've been missing packages when they get delivered. All right, next question. Oh, we're still good. We still got about 10 minutes before we need a break. Next question is from Elliscore, and he asks the following. Elliscore. Hey, Phil, since you said you'll be playing Super Smash Bros. On both Nintendo 3DS and on the Wii U, would it be possible to have Smash Bros. Sundays at times in place of Ultra Street Fighter 4? I'm not saying just outright abandon Street Fighter, since I know that it's your roots and it's what you know and enjoy the best.
It's your roots.
However, Smash Bros. Is always growing and getting more and more popular. I think it'd be nice to say 1 week out of each month play Smash Brothers instead of Street Fighter so that Smash Brothers doesn't get played out and boring.
Ow.
It's an interesting premise.
But here's why it's bad.
Absolutely, it's an interesting premise because as you guys know, Sunday, I've been playing...
The interesting premise that we change playing the game that we play? Is that exactly a unique thing?
So we already played Street Fighter once a week at this point, but we're going to say once a month, change it out to Smash, and that's the interesting premise. Here we go.
Street Fighter 4, and it gives me variety of my content of what I put out every week, and it keeps me kind of to the point where now I'm not rusty as shit anymore. Street Fighter, I can at least do some decent stuff and hold my own. Okay, I'm not amazing. I'm not a tournament level player, but at least I feel like I know what's going on in the games now. Okay, now I can hear the truck leaving incredibly loudly. So yeah, in that regard, I think it would make sense with Smash. Smash is such a huge game. Since people get so excited about Smash, Smash is coming. Yes, Smash is going to be here soon, and we're going to play Smash on 3DS, and we're going to play Smash on Wii U. And I'll be honest, I played the demo of Smash on 3DS, and I really enjoyed the demo. I thought the 5 characters were a good variety. It was a good demo of the game. Seeing the amount of characters that are going to be in the game, and the fact that there's probably another 12 unlockable characters, that there's so many stages in the game. I'm very, very much looking forward to playing Smash. Will I be doing it with viewers? Absolutely. There's no reason why I wouldn't do that. I mean, that would be silly if I never played with anyone, right? Will I be giving my friend code out? Probably. I don't even know how it works. I've never really done the multiplayer thing on the Wii U or the 3DS. If I have to give a friend code out to get it to work, I have absolutely no clue. But I am interested in doing it.
Imagine that. DSP doesn't fucking know something. Nothing has ever changed in that.
And when games first come out, I'll probably be doing them a lot. Then probably gradually I'll reduce the amount that I play. But it might be fun to maybe do a session a week where I sit down and I play with, a couple of particular characters, like I'm doing with Street Fighter, try to learn their stuff, try to see how good they are, etc. Let me put it to you this way. Do I want to stop playing Street Fighter altogether? No. Would there be a time coming up, especially because there's stuff like Killer Instinct Season 2 coming out soon, and also Smash Brothers, that maybe instead of doing Ultra Street Fighter 4 every week, I alternate between those? yes, there is a high probability.
High probability. Not guaranteed, but it's high probability.
I may do that, because ultimately what I want to do is keep those competitive style fighting games.
Stringing them along a little bit further, a little bit further.
Well, I can neither confirm nor deny, but there is a non-zero probability.
I want to stay in the mix.
You.
I want to know what's going on with them. I don't want to fall out like I did a couple years ago where I didn't know anything about what was going on. I stopped playing them all together. And I'll be honest, a lot of the people who used to follow me, who used to watch my stuff, said, man, Phil doesn't play Street Fighter anymore. And then they stopped watching my content because they went elsewhere, right? So I know that. But now I'm getting back into it, and I would love to kind of stay abreast of everything that's going with all these games, okay?
I want to stay abreast.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Grandpa.
This Ghost in the Shell standalone complex is goated. See, I've never seen it. I can't confirm or deny. I'm sure Chad will let you know, though. They agree or disagree. Ghost in the Shell, dude.
There you have it. And I think that it would be pretty good to alternate between Smash, Killer Instinct, and other content coming up in the future. I'll let you know about that as we get closer to those releases, how that's going to work, okay? Okay.
Thank God.
Next question. This one's from Anthony77FX, and he says, hey, Phil, after watching some of your vlogs on your YouTube channel, I've noticed that you have said that you've watched Breaking Bad. Recently, AMC said that they are creating another show called Better Call Saul. It's supposed to be a spin-off series based on the Breaking Bad that stars Bob Odenkirk as Saul.
Breaking Bad watcher, Atlus?
I've seen everything but the last season.
Okay. I can't even say that, so I know. But
it's been a long time.
Was in the Breaking Bad series. The show is going to be a prequel to Breaking Bad, which is supposed to be an origin story.
Parts of Better Call Saul. I had a good time. I don't watch television very much, so.
There we go.
Saul Goodman. What are your current thoughts on this upcoming show? Do you think it's going to be good, or do you think it's going to be bad? Please let me know. I think you all know.
I think it's going to be okay. We'll see what they do. It depends on how the show is.
My opinion at this point on prequels, right? You all know that I think that prequels are a waste of time.
Oh, he does hate prequels, though.
Oh, yeah, he does. That's true.
Story that needs to be told to a character about a character.
Too.
Prequels suck, and here's why. If you know what's going to happen to that character in the future, then you know that there can't be any risk in the past. So, for perfect example here, this character Saul Goodman.
You just know they don't die. That's literally it.
You guys watch Breaking Bad, you know he's a critical character to the series. By the end of the series, because of what happens, basically he leaves town and you never hear from him again.
And even if they do,
they can come back. Yeah, you know doesn't mean any of that. But all right.
To make sure that he's never involved in any kind of criminal actions or whatever. So you know that he's alive, right? So in a prequel, though I'm sure there's going to be times where his life gets threatened, where people are coming after him, and you know he's always going to get away and survive because you already know that he survives. There's no risk involved. So because there's no risk involved,
the intrigue is in the details. How did he get out of that situation? That is interesting to the character and adds as more depth to the thing you already saw. Like, what are you talking about?
The series kind of suspensefully gets ruined, and this is kind of like with those Star Wars prequels.
Is Darth Vader's character ruined because you saw him as Anakin Skywalker? Aside from what you think about the prequels, shut up.
He's about to say it right now. Listen.
The suspensefully gets ruined, and this is kind of like with those Star Wars prequels. Why I really disliked them is I knew, wow, oh no, is Obi-Wan gonna kill young Skywalker? No, because he's in all the other ones. Of course he's not going to kill him. He's going to become Darth Vader later, so you know what's going to happen.
How they get there is the interesting part.
And that's kind of the deflation with prequels. I would have liked it if they found a way to make, Saul, at the end of Breaking Bad, for whatever reason, he has to leave town. Maybe he sets up at a completely new area of the country or another country altogether and tries to start up his practice again, and then the show resumes. That would have been more interesting to me. That being said, I'm actually a big fan of Bob Odenkirk. I remember him from Kids in the Hall. Now, a lot of you don't know what the hell that is. That was an old-ass comedy show 100 years ago from Canada.
Okay, so we geeked about this because some fucking celebrity in it. That's, I don't know, man. I feel like that's a bad mentality.
You're not hip enough to be
in that show. And he was on other shows, on Comedy Central, not Comedy Central, excuse me, on Adult Swim, so he had like cameo roles in shows and stuff. I actually like him as a character, as an actor. I think he's really well done, the stuff that he does. It's funny and interesting and entertaining. So I would actually be very interested to see the series starring him. I think it's cool that he gets a series based around him because he did such a good job with the Saul character in Breaking Bad. At the same time, I'm not going to get my expectations high.
Why do you need 9,000 pages of lore? Oh, sorry.
My expectations?
Bad. At the same time, I'm not going to get my expectations high.
That's just what he said.
In Breaking Bad. At the same time, I'm not going to get my expectations high.
Raise the roof. Expectations.
Right? So people on the street chat say, I'm crushing your head. I'm crushing you. Crushing you. Yes, that's from the Kids in the Hall.
Hilarious joke. Thank you, reference. Grandpa.
So current.
But I don't. Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. The writers, someone just said something. They said the writers have said Better Call Saul will be a prequel, a sequel, and a show that takes place at the same time as Breaking Bad at certain points.
Look at that.
Now I don't know what to think. Because I just heard it was a prequel show, Apparently now there's going to have flashes to the future. I don't know. That's pretty wild, but it seems like an interesting show. I actually will probably be checking it out when it goes live. I'm not sure when it
I'll be he'll be buying the Blu-rays. Don't worry.
starts. But whenever it starts, I'll probably be checking it out, at least giving it a shot and seeing how it is. Okay.
Yeah.
You think he watched all of those Blu-rays? You think he saw all of those films at least once, even if they were just like on TV or something?
No. That'd be impossible. If you see how many there is,
that's what
impossible.
I was thinking.
Yeah, it's literally impossible. Like you'd be watching videos. I mean, one a day. You not even be close to finishing.
You wouldn't
that
get
thing.
through.
Yeah, it's too many.
All right, one more question, then we're gonna take our first break. Okay. The question.
ALT is a Bible Black and La Blue Girl enjoyer. See, I don't even know if this is a dig on me. I don't know what it is. I'll do a quick Google search though.
Yeah, but don't pull it up.
I won't pull it up on
first.
the stream. No.
Yeah. That's a
See,
good
Bible
idea.
Black. Oh no, Bible Black seems to be some sort of. It's very erotic. Let's put it that way.
I thought that sounded like the thing that the kids used to talk about on the internet.
Yeah. Let me see La Blue Girl. Now this also seems very erotic. So
Okay, so I think maybe he was taking some sort of shot there.
I think it's a troll.
So basically banned. Who was that? I'll go ahead and hit him with the...
Meth Bear. It always is Meth Bear. I think it's a troll.
It's from Major Insane, and it's actually a two-parter. He says, I've been a longtime fan since 2008, and this is actually the first time I've ever asked you something on Ask the King. So here's two questions. First of all,
please.
Now that you live within the Seattle metropolitan area, are you considering going to any of the major events or locations in the region, such as HempFest or Seattle Comic Con? And were you also aware that Valve, Bungie, and Nintendo of USA all have their actual headquarters in your area?
He doesn't know how to say Comic Con. He says Comic Con. What?
That Valve, Bungie, such as HempFest or Seattle Comic Con. And were you
Comic Con.
Yeah. Comic Con.
also aware that Valve, Bungie, and Nintendo of USA
Did he say Hemp Fest, by the way?
Yeah,
Are they
Hemp
asking if he's
Fest.
going to go to a weed festival?
Well, who doesn't love Hemp Fest?
an area are you King? So here's two questions. First of all, now that you live within the Seattle metropolitan area, are you considering going to any of the major events or locations in the region, such as HempFest or Seattle Comic Con? And were you
HempFest and Comic Con.
also aware that Valve, Bungie, and Nintendo of USA all have their actual headquarters in your area?
No! In your area? You can
true.
basically work there.
So to answer the first half of the question,
should hire him for
yes,
QA
in
or
fact,
something.
we have. I don't know if I've even officially announced this besides on Twitter, now that I'm thinking about it.
Oh, please.
We have purchased our tickets for Emerald City Comic Con 2015.
Yeah! Emerald City Comic Con!
This is
This
the big
dude's
Comic
going to
Con.
Oz? That's fucking sick.
And but he's going as a free man. You know, he's going as a stupid patron. He is not a guest of
he's
honor.
not going to get his own booth?
No.
In the Emerald City?
No, he's just going as a normie.
Northwest of the United States. It's pretty much on par with,
I thought he
say,
said he
New York
wasn't a
Comic
whore.
Con. It's not as
Look at him.
yeah.
Peon.
big as San Diego Comic Con. That's the biggest one, but it's still huge, okay? And
He
it
did
takes
go to
place
this,
in
by the way.
Seattle.
He did.
We're going to be attending. We bought.
See? This is the thing we can't do, though, guys, if we're not going to get to part 2. But I'll check it real quick. We can't be fucking around here, guys, but I'll check
3-day
it.
passes, and this takes place in March. So during March, we're going to be figuring out what days we want to go, what days we want to see what. We'll be vlogging, we'll be covering the event, and there may be the opportunity if some people are coming out to the Comic Con to meet and greet with us. You know, shake our hands, shoot the shit a little bit if you want to get anything autographed or whatever. Something.
Remember, this is not, no. This is a normal civilian. He says, like, you can meet him there, but he's just there. He doesn't have a booth.
If you want to meet and shake hands and shoot the shit.
Yeah. So you
What
would
an uncomfortable way to advertise that to somebody, I guess.
So he did go. This is one video from that. We're not watching it.
All right, so this is known as the writer's block. I guess it's supposed to be highlighting writing in particular, novelists.
Get out of town.
You know, writers for comic books rather than just the artists, which is what a lot of the rest of the convention is.
Okay.
So let's take a look through here, different books.
So he says in the title, Celebs Off Limits. I kind of want to see what he means there.
Blown up comics, blades, dangerous, real blades. They're all real, 100%. Could be used to combat right now, combat ready blades.
Hilarious.
Okay. So funny.
Right here, of all the stuff that's kind of here.
Aren't even here today.
That's true. You guys, the celebrities, I cannot, because they do not allow filming.
Yeah.
It says in big right there, look, stop. So I can't show you any of the celebrities that are here.
Yeah.
We saw Marina Sirtis earlier. We saw Scott, what's his name?
Scott Wilson.
Scott Wilson from The Walking Dead. We also saw Troy Baker.
Oh, Troy Baker, one of Philip's favorites.
He was wearing a button-down military-style shirt and a V-neck undershirt. No scarf today.
I was just about to ask if he was wearing the scarf. God damn it.
He's obsessed with the scarf. Like, he really wants to fuck Troy Baker.
Scarf.
He loves Troy Baker, man.
Down military-style shirt and a V-neck undershirt. No scarf today.
This is a military-style V-neck. I'm not in the military. Are you guys permitted to wear V-necks?
Military style.
A few other people, but no one, too big. Like, Stan Lee's going to be here, but he's not here till 5:30. He'll probably have an insanely long line. Yeah. So, unfortunately, I can't go in there and show you guys the celebs as much as I'd like. Like I said, they're literally charging $60 a photo with these people. So, I can't show.
Want a piece of that action, Philip?
Show you. How nice.
How nice. By the way, I'm free if you want to meet me here. I'll be in I'll be walking around the writer's block.
I'm free by choice, actually.
If it's lunchtime, I might be around the food court. Just look around. Yeah, wait till I'm done eating and then just walk up and I might take a picture with you.
Shake our hands.
I'll shake your hand or shoot the shit.
Now, by the way, I might be using the bathroom first, so just stay around the area if I'm not there at first.
To shit a little bit if you want to get anything autographed or whatever, something like that. Because I have not been to an event in a long time. This year in particular, I've been so busy with the move and everything going on with getting out to Washington and now getting everything set up and working here that I have not had any kind of focus whatsoever on basically getting, out to an event or a convention or whatever. Okay. And even it sucks that PAX Prime was just happened, but we had no chance of going to that because we didn't have tickets, and tickets are so hard even to get for that anyway. So we will be attending Emerald City Comic Con. Outside of that, will there be other things we attend? Possibly. We have to see with gaming releases and everything how stuff gets scheduled. Obviously, I would love to get the PAX Prime. I don't know if I'll get a ticket because that's how hard it is to get tickets. Perhaps there's something Machinima can do because I know Machinima was at PAX Prime.
Excuse me, Machinima.
And they were doing stuff at PAX Prime.
I bet you there's a bunch of people under Machinima that are not having issues getting tickets without Machinima's help, though.
Yes. People actually want to see them.
No way that I was going to be able to go this year. So maybe next year. We'll see, and I'm sure there is other stuff.
Is a peon in this moment. He really is with the rabble.
Yeah. Nothing. Yeah, nothing. They don't give a fuck. But all right.
Quarters of all these gaming places. All right. Okay. Quite honestly, I don't know what you guys would want me to like. If I went to Bungie and I said, "Oh, I like a studio tour," and they'd say, "You're the guy that said that Destiny sucks. Fuck you," and they'd throw me in the gutter. Okay. Or I go to Nintendo. And I say, I'd like to see a Nintendo tour, please. And they say, you insulted whatever his fucking name is. And you said that our business plan is terrible. And they throw me out into the gutter.
They would not have any clue who the fuck you are. That's what really happened.
and if they do, you're only reaping the fucking rewards of your own actions. So maybe you should have conducted yourself better. I don't know, man. That's how the real world works.
It's we don't do tours here, or if they do tours,
that's a weird thing to do anyway, huh?
If they do tours, they'll be like, all right, the tour starts at 2:00. It's $50. You in or out? Do you realize who I am? You in or out? $50. I mean, we don't give a fuck. It's $50, sir.
All right, obviously I'm exaggerating. No one knows who the fuck I am. So it's not like there's going to be some big deal if I tried to do a studio tour of one of these places. But I don't know, what would you want? I can't. They probably won't let me record in there. So it would be like me just going and doing it and then kind of talking about it later, I guess. I don't know, you know what I mean?
That would be pretty interesting, though, actually, if he was able to talk about things in an interesting way, but he has no charisma for that. So he's right, it is a dumb idea.
It's the
only because it's him.
I am dspgaming. Now, I know I've said some negative things about you. Tickets the same price, Chief. $50 for the tour. Now, I understand I have said some bad things about Nintendo. $50.
Be worth it to even go out of my way to do stuff like that.
Okay. So nope, too much work not doing it. Moving on.
So I don't know. We'll have to see, okay? I mean, eventually, is it something that I would like to do? Possibly.
But
I don't know if it's something that would even be worthwhile or I'd be able to see anything of any interest to you guys. All right, so there's a second question. This is actually a question a lot of people have asked me, so you might like this one.
God.
What are your thoughts on legalizing marijuana in Washington?
Okay, Atlus, the prediction time. Do you think okay. 3 options are, it's a good idea, it's a bad... Oh, no, he's going to say fence it, isn't he? What are we doing
He's going to fence it, of course, obviously.
Never mind.
It's not for him.
Give me like a take. Predict the take.
It's
Go
not
ahead,
for him. He doesn't like the way it smells, and but he doesn't really care that other people do it as long as it doesn't affect him, obviously.
Okay, yeah, that's Ham said the same thing as you, I believe. Yeah, I think he's gonna say I tried it once in college, but it was. I think we're gonna hear the college story. It was laced.
Ugh. I hope not.
Ever since that moment, I never wanted to take it again. I think that's what I'm thinking. Here we go.
Recent statistics have shown that a majority of Americans now say that marijuana should be legalized at the federal level. Being a Washingtonian, excuse me. Oh, a Washingtonian. Being a Washingtonian myself, I'm in favor of fully legalized marijuana since it's a perfect way to combat and lower the crime rate, as well as being a profitable business market for the U.S. economy. Are you in favor of fully legalized marijuana, or are you skeptical about it? Listen. The whole debate about marijuana is very similar to the whole debate about alcohol, which is similar to the whole debate about everything that's some kind of a substance.
No, it's not. It's completely different, but okay.
That hinders your judgment and or has some kind of a debilitating effect on your conscious thought. Okay. Now I'm not stupid. I'm not here to say that people don't make stupid decisions every day anyway. But I don't think anyone's going to argue with the fact that if you're drunk or if you're high, no matter what it is, that it makes you do things that normally you wouldn't do, that your decision-making process, your morality, all kinds of stuff gets screwed up and you just do silly stuff.
I don't know that your morality is screwed. Hang on, wait a minute, boss. I don't think that just changes based on substance.
What makes you change your morality? Pretty cool.
Process, your morality, all kinds of stuff gets screwed up and you just do silly stuff.
You just do some silly stuff.
Fun, okay? Not everyone's like that.
Some silly stuff like changing my morality that I live my entire life by.
It's just silly. Okay.
Go out and cannot control themselves when they're under these substances. So I can completely understand, on a federal level, we don't want to make it legal because people will immediately start buying it. We'll have people, running into the streets high as shit, acting like morons. We'll have all these people on the job high. They'll all get fired because people can't control themselves, all right?
So
the bottom line is people can't control themselves. I think if anything we've seen over the years, people have very bad self-control. They really do a bad job of taking care of themselves. They can't take care of themselves. They're kids, you know what I mean? And there are people who do a good job, but unfortunately it's those bad apples, right, who don't have the self-control that make it bad for all of us. They're the reasons why we have such restrictive laws on certain things, because of the one guy, the one guy who went to McDonald's and didn't know that his coffee was fucking hot and dropped it on his balls. Now every cup of coffee at McDonald's says, warning, hot. No shit.
How does that affect
your... That actually went,
That is not at all how that happened.
Fine. That's I saw that documentary. Misrepresentation.
Yeah. It was a woman, an old lady, and the coffee was so hot. If you saw what happened to her down there, it was unbelievable. And by the way, when she went out there to the judge, she said, I just want my medical bills paid for. But the judge gave her all that extra.
To pay anything.
Yes. But anyways, it was different. But again, how does putting warnings affect your life, Philip? That's a bad example. Yeah, because this stupid old bitch, we have warning labels on our coffee. What's wrong with that?
And this guy's talking about having no self-control and not being responsible for themselves. Think about all of the money he wasted to own nothing. He might as well have been a drug addict.
Yeah, at least you have more fun. Damn.
Dropped it on his balls. Now every cup of coffee at McDonald's says, warning, hot. No shit, it's coffee.
Like, there would have been so many more better examples for this case, right? Like, I don't know. Because of one dude decided to accidentally shot some people. Now we got to get safeties on all our guns. It fucking sucks. Like, that's an actual example to use, not like we have warnings on our coffee. Is that what we want to go for? All right.
Coffee. But this is what people do, okay? So that being said, I understand the intentions of the federal government saying don't make marijuana legal because we're afraid that people willy-nilly will run out and buy it if it's easy access and they will spend all their money on it and become addicted to it, and then they won't go to work, and then they won't be productive members of society, yada, yada, yada. Okay. Listen.
Okay. Please.
I understand that. At the same time, there has to be some personal responsibility that has to be accounted for,
yes,
right?
Definitely.
At one time, liquor... That's right. Liquor, beer, anything alcoholic was illegal in the United States.
This we're an expert in.
Yeah, this is our area of expertise.
I was just about to say, let me change this into my area of expertise, obviously. Something I'm more familiar with.
Here's some hits. Okay, liquor, beer, things with alcohol, obviously.
Funny.
I've studied this.
It became more readily available than ever before because of the crime behind it. People bringing it in and having bars and what do they call those? Not speakeasies, things like that, where you can just get your alcohol
you would know about
anywhere.
that, too.
Okay? And what happened was it became such big business criminally that the federal government said, well, shit, if we just make it legal, we'll make more money doing it legally and taxing it than we're spending money to fight the crime that's bringing it in, so fuck it. And they did. They made it legal. So here we are in 2014. Has the world ended because liquor is legal? No.
No,
right?
But
to some extent, maybe things have gotten worse. I don't know. I wasn't there back then.
That sounds like really flawed logic to defend exactly the way he said it, though, because it's like we're failing at stopping the criminals, so let's just kill the people, and we can make more money that way. Sound good? Sounds good to me. It did the world end? I don't think so. Like,
it was like back then.
It's just
prohibition was necessary, but it's a weird way to defend it.
All I know is that the sky didn't fall. Everyone didn't lose their jobs and drive drunk. Now, it is a problem. Don't get me wrong. Driving drunk is a very serious problem in the United States. In fact, so much so that there's big organizations fighting it, and there's big movements by police and law enforcement to keep people off the streets from drinking and driving. But at the same time, at some point, there has to be personal accountability. You can't just say, since there's a small group of people who are going to abuse it, no one can do it. Right?
Okay.
And of course, this comes into play with anything. I could go into gun control and all kinds of stuff. I could go into a million different things.
But where's the line, Philip? That's the interesting part. What about other drugs? Are they people can control that?
Can talk about this. And by no means do I want you to understand that I don't think that this carries over to something very serious like gun control. That's a whole other issue that we can discuss at another time if someone asks me. But in the case of marijuana,
Second Amendment opinion right now.
I kind of want to hear that. No, don't let the bad apples take over.
Considered a recreational drug. If you smoke a lot of marijuana, will you die? Can you OD on marijuana? Not really. Okay.
Oh, not really. Okay.
Fuck your life up because all you do is smoke marijuana? Yeah. Because I actually know someone who did that, and it's very. I'm very sad because there's a person that I know who I knew growing up, and was a very smart individual, a very positive individual.
He was very smart.
A person who was very promising.
He was very positive and promising
in life, you could tell.
Very and then unique all of a sudden individual. He had a robust mindset.
He was high.
Started smoking marijuana, and I'm going to be honest with you people, he was never the same. I
thought for a second he was talking about the cousin too, but he says he there, so it's not the cousin. The cousin's a female, so.
Sad all the time. He lost all motivation to do anything creative or fun with his life. Basically, he was just kind of going through the motions. He would have issues with his relationships with girls and his family because, he was always smoking marijuana. And to this day,
Aura suffered. He really was that girl that was sunk into the couch during that PSA. You guys remember that one?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay. That one? Never mind then.
Because this is someone
just one of those like don't do drug ads or whatever. Okay. This that girl that's sunk into the couch. Like this is all she does now. We used to have fun, but this is what she does.
Oh, that's pretty fun though. That's the thing they don't tell you. It's fun in there. Oh, a lot of people are saying they remember that. But here's the thing. I'm
glad you guys remember. You guys must have been born not before the fire.
Well, that's not true.
Obviously an original joke. You're welcome.
If I see it, I'll remember it. Let's say drug ads sunk into couch. Let's see if I can find it. It'll.
Egg frying pan was a classic. I learned it from watching you. Also a classic.
Okay, here we go. I found it. I have found it. Oh yeah, this one. Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, this was. I always saw this on TV, and I was like, that is kind of an unsettling image. It's nothing like that though. This is actually like
Sarah,
propaganda.
What's going?
Here we go.
It's horrifying.
Sarah.
Oh my god.
Sarah.
She won't answer you.
That's scary.
She can't.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked.
Oh my god, this is scary.
It's the way it's been since she started smoking pot. She's all lazy and boring. And,
that's scary.
We used to have so much fun together.
And now?
But they don't tell you the other side of that. She's having a great time right now, though. The person in the couch. So
yeah, she's probably finding this fucking hilarious.
She's cracking up. They don't say that though. Like that's the thing I do too. That's me. That's why I can't do shows on any kind of weed situation because I just can't. My brain is not active at that moment, so I can't be. I can be a guest, but I can't like run anything. It's over.
This is what we do.
No, it's over. Yeah. I can't.
Be above being deflated on the couch, I guess.
She looked
That's
like she was having,
horrifying.
She was having fun though. Let it be known. But okay.
Care about and someone
Buffalo Bill
who,
would have loved to walk in for that. That's like a Christmas present. That's free skin.
Was not in the circle that he was in. And because of that, I could have ended up like that too. And there's going to be people who are like that. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. There's...
Ludwig, yeah. Oh my God. Am I like 2D right now? It feels like I'm flat. Touch me. Am I flat? That'd be fun.
People who will have problems with it and people who won't. For every person like him, there's probably 400 people who could easily just recreationally smoke it, have a fun time now and then. For someone like me with back pain, could smoke it when I'm having back pain and probably relax all the muscles in my back and make me feel a lot better. Right?
Yeah, feel a lot better.
And overall, it could probably have a massive amount of profit and positive effect on the United States economy if they would legalize it. But now, okay, the slippery slope. Do we do it? Do we not do it? Is it, what are the risks? And this is the problem. The federal government has been weighing this for years, and it seems that
That's
not
weighing?
do it. Is it, what are the risks? And this is the problem. The federal government has been weighing this for years.
That's for the hearing impaired. That's the sign language for weighing. Waving your
Obviously,
hand
because
back
every
and
time you
forth.
put something on the weight,
Here,
it just
do we do
jiggles
it, do we not?
violently back and forth.
Yeah, obviously.
Do it. Is it, what are the risks? And this is the problem. The federal government has been weighing this for years, and it seems at the state level, a lot of states are saying enough is enough. You know, bullshit. You can sell it.
Putting
You
our
can do whatever you
fucking
want
foot
as long
Bullshit.
as it's not overdoing it. And you know, people. We haven't seen the state of Washington approves marijuana. There
What does
are
that mean? As
businesses
long as
around
you're not overdoing it.
Yeah, it's really easy to say that, but what does it mean in practice, right?
here where I can buy marijuana if I want it.
Okay.
All I got to do is get diagnosed with my back to prove that I have back pain, and I could get marijuana legally here on a state level. But on the federal level, I'd be breaking federal law. Now,
So that's irrelevant. You know that, right?
as of right now, no, the federal government has not stormed the state of Washington and started arresting people who are selling marijuana.
Why would they
There's
do
nothing
that?
to
Okay.
stop them from doing that. They
Okay.
could do it if they wanted, because federal law actually is above the level of
That's oh my
state
God.
law. But right
the
now,
fuck?
so many
we're
talks
living in a hypothetical maybe world. Like,
Yeah,
what are we
okay.
talking
about
about?
possibly
This isn't
legalizing the
even
marijuana
close to reality.
Right. This is definitely what happens.
in our country overall, that they're not bothering with it. So I could see both sides of the argument. Okay, I can.
Makes sense. Makes
Classic
sense.
And I don't know, because I'm not a statistical analyst. I'm
That
not a
support
doctor.
post is way up his ass on this one. Jesus,
I'm not a
bud.
statistical
I can't
analyst.
tell you overall if
Not a
everyone starts
numbers
smoking
guy,
marijuana
XJ.
how horrible it would be. You know what I mean? I can't give you these answers. What I can
Can't.
tell you is, at least
Oh.
from my perspective,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
if I were to do it,
That's what we're here
right,
for.
on occasion, I would
Right.
do it as recreational. I don't think it would hurt anything, and if it gave the federal government some extra tax money, I don't see the harm in it. However,
Good
I
positive.
myself wouldn't do it anyway. I already talked
Why do
about
you
this. I
want to
hate
give the
smoke.
federal government tax money? Wait a minute. Hold up. Stop it.
He likes doing that.
What?
Cigarette smoke, man, any kind of smoke in my lungs, because I have weak lungs because my
Yeah.
mother smoked when she was pregnant with me, and my lungs are very weak to that kind of stuff, and it irritates me. So for me,
Okay. I know smoking when you're pregnant is very bad, but I don't believe it's so direct that it causes your own lungs to be weak, right? I don't think that's exactly how that works. But it's definitely bad. I know there's a lot of effects from smoking when you're pregnant. That's, but it's very funny that he thinks that's a direct link, right? Parent smoking, therefore, goes into his lungs. That's why his lungs are weak.
Obviously.
But,
Direct. It's like direct causation, translation or something. That's the rule.
Yep.
PEMDAS,
Yep.
I swear. It's to
I
me,
wouldn't
it's
even
weird
do
that
it.
he even thought that this was an acceptable thing to openly talk about. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that's part
Yeah.
of like the info when you're on the internet. If nobody ever needed to know this never needed to be talked about. This could have gone to the grave and it would not have made a difference. But
Yeah.
now you get made fun of for it.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Lemtex. Fetuses are famously big breathers of air. That is true. A lot of people don't know that. When they're in that water, they do get a lot of air down there.
But I could see the reasoning why some people are saying that it would make the government money, and what's the harm in it. So there's always two sides to every argument. You have to see yourself on both sides, and I can see both sides, and it's a tough decision. If you're the federal government and you're going to make a mandate that something's legal or something's not,
Okay.
what happens if they do make it legal and all of a sudden there is a big backlash? People, oh my God,
Now what?
epidemic. People are smoking and driving, and there's car accidents everywhere. People are out smoking up and going to work and getting fired. Who knows, right? So it is what it is. For me, I see both sides of the fence. I don't necessarily agree with either side. For me personally, I don't think that making it legal would be the end of the world. But I don't have
Okay.
the data in front of me, the statistics, to give you an educated answer to say, I did my research.
But
and
even
here's
if he
the
did
truth
have the
about the matter.
statistics, he couldn't fucking read them. So what
Yeah,
difference would
so-
it make?
In the end, it doesn't matter. All right, cool.
All right, so
All right, let's do some
good,
band
dude.
names. We got to change it up. Band names. Here we go. All banned from today. Here we go. Happy Bugs Bunny Day, Phil. Good one.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Bunnies will save business. PPP was right. LOL. Cologne review. Get real. King Snake. Really bad cope, bro. Timbo Slice bankrupt. That's just a fact, though. That's just saying facts. So
How can you get banned for a fact?
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just saying
bullshit.
stuff that's true.
Tyranny over there on Kick with DSP Space Gaming Reel.
My favorite one is here. Too bored to see his parents yawn. Nice yawn. That's King Snake of Gaming Soulmate. Mature adult with degree. Look at my skeletons. Bird in background. Croissant chest reel. Now that's interesting. Croissant chest. Interesting take. I think it's true though, right? There is a croissant style shape sometimes.
One might even say a crescent arc of some sort peeks through the shirt, but
and Flatman banned me on YouTube. That's just very direct. There we go. That seems to be Pigpen Pigpen of Debauchery reel. Look at my skeletons. Bossman's ack. Okay, there we go. But anyway, all right, moving on.
So let's take
What's
a
wrong
quick
with
break
Boss
here. I'll
Man?
be back in a few minutes.
just a
Bossman's
wholesome other
ack.
streamer.
If you're watching this on YouTube, you can easily just go right over to part 2. If you're watching this on Twitch TV, I'm going to have a short commercial break. Stick around.
okay.
I'll be right the
All right, part
continuation
2.
of Ask the King.
This is what
Yes.
we were
Sit
waiting
tight.
for.
I'll be right back.
Who cares? Part 2. Now, here we go. Please say we get to it. All right, ask or ask a king. Here we go. Part 2. Let's go. We have kids, trading games, P.O. Box, and mobile gaming opinion
Wait,
shift.
we're gonna talk about kids?
Yeah, could be hype.
Well, I have absolutely no idea if you heard the sound. I tried to play it, but I don't know if it played or not. But anyway, welcome back. This is part 2 of Ask the King, episode 46 for September of 2014. If you didn't watch part 1, I recommend you do. There were a lot of big issues and questions that were brought up in that one. That last one, the stream chat was going nuts talking about marijuana and stuff like that, okay?
Nuts,
but,
dude.
Okay,
The stream
so
chat
let's
was
get
going
started.
ape shit talking about weed. Could you guys believe it? The topic we were actively talking about?
It was
Huh?
wild.
Started with
Jesus.
the next
Can you
batch of
believe it?
questions.
The
Here we
stream
go.
chat was on
All right.
topic.
This question is from Fool1, and he asks the following. He says, in the near or in the far, excuse me, I can't read.
Okay.
Let's try that again.
We knew that.
In the far or near future, when you decide to have children, do you think that you will need to find a more stable income than making gaming videos? I think you're a man who knows how to keep his priorities straight and would probably either abandon making videos or turn it back into a hobby. Am I correct? Interesting
No.
question.
He's going to say, this is the most consistent income I've ever had. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Is this the most wrong take from a question in the history of questions? Like, literally none of that would happen. DSP's the most irresponsible, would never have a kid, and will not turn this into a hobby.
Yes. He's going to talk about how it's the most consistent job ever, and every other job is not guaranteed either, so
And
I'll
he's
keep
made
doing
far
this.
more money, and he's his own boss, and he's figured it out, and yeah, you're right.
Yep, here we go, just to be cool.
Fool1.
Oh.
And as you guys, if you've been, watching my content over the years, you know that I've talked about this from time to time about the
really?
possibility of actually not doing gameplay as a source of income and stuff like that, but instead branching out and either doing something different on YouTube or the internet, or possibly opening up my own. Sorry, I got
restaurant?
distracted. There's a reflection. It's the stupid lamp. Possibly opening up my own business, or maybe getting a different kind of job, maybe in the tech industry, in the entertainment industry, in the gaming industry.
Please try.
Okay?
Try it.
I'm not stupid. All right, I'm not
Not stupid.
I know, I full well that doing this, what I'm doing right now for a living, for
Oh, yeah, you can't hear this, Atlus, but pretend you can. There we go. Got that ready for
That's
us
hilarious.
the rest of my life, if I do want to do something as serious as, say, have kids, is probably not going to work. Let's face it. Okay, at some point, It's just not going to happen, especially right
like
now.
Biologically,
right now,
it's not going to work? You got issues already, boss?
I don't know what we're talking about here, but all right.
Even though technically I don't want the one in Connecticut, I'm stuck with it for a while.
No, you're not.
I'm pretty much stretched thin. I've used my credit to furnish this new house.
Oh, he let us know that far back. I've used my credit to furnish this house, and he wasn't lying. He was not lying.
A lot of credit.
We are a long time from the bankruptcy, but we're already used up on the credit.
And I don't have a lot of spare money. I'm going to be honest with everyone. I just don't. I don't have a lot of spare money to throw around, okay? And so right now, if I were to, let's have a kid, it wouldn't work. I don't know where the money would come from.
It wouldn't work. What do you mean? Oh, Claire Berry says it. Gout is very closely linked to ED. Maybe that's why it wouldn't work.
To raise this kid and stuff like that. And
yeah, big guy's right. It wasn't just his credit. He used his entire 401k money at this point. Yep. He admitted that later. He took all his money for his 401k for this move. Yep.
A kid, it wouldn't
and then
work.
when he spent all of his money, he had just moved all the way across the country. You definitely can't have a kid with no support system on literally the other side of the country. Like, the whole plan was designed with no kids in mind, very clearly.
Yeah. I don't think he ever had the idea to do that. I think that's one thing he convinced himself, that he doesn't have to be an adult, doesn't have to have a kid. Somehow he convinced himself of that. But they do have to be married, though. That's for sure. Like, without that,
of course,
you're not an adult.
Yeah, and they do have to live on their own.
Yes, obviously.
To raise this kid and stuff like that. And I've always been the kind of person that I want to be responsible, that I don't want to make a jump into something of responsibility unless I know that I can financially handle it. So for a long time, I was like, I really shouldn't try to have a serious girlfriend or move in with a girl until I know that I can afford to have a place, and you know what I mean? And
you can't have a girlfriend without a place.
That's kind of the attitude I had. It was different steps in my life. First, it was...
You know what? That's fair enough. But yeah, okay, sure. Get your grind set on there, King.
Yeah.
First get a job, then get a car, then get a place, then worry about a relationship, then worry about moving to a nicer place. And that's kind of been the progression that my life has been.
That's not how normal people do that. I mean, I know you can say, make sure you have a place before you, like, want to move in together, but, like, you just meet people whenever you meet people. I don't give a shit about my spot in life, but, you know what I mean? I don't know, you know? Meet people when you meet people. But anyways.
Relationship, then worry about moving to a nicer place.
Sure. I live a very structured life, boss. I don't meet people when I meet them.
I know, but and he already But what about he's lying though. I guess he did have a place though before he met Leanne in the beginning, right? That's true.
Kind of been the progression that my life has been.
Yeah.
I'm 32 years old. Okay, I'm not stupid, and I know that if I'm
not stupid, okay, 32.
I want to have kids at some point, that within the next, say, 10 years, I have to make that decision. I'm going to be honest with everyone right now. No, at this point in my life, with what I'm doing, with the instability of what it is that I'm doing, with the fact that things are changing day to day when it comes to in the industry, when it comes to gaming, the popularity of gaming videos, no, I cannot have a kid right now. I would be completely irresponsible.
It's like the most reasonable I've ever heard DSP be.
Yep.
It wouldn't be fair to the kid.
But here's the only reason it is because he doesn't want to give any time to anyone else, so it's kind of like, it makes him seem reasonable, but really it's still like in his best interest not to do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. This is him still being selfish. He just actually has half decent reasons because he is so goddamn stupid.
Yes.
To have a kid at this time and say, you know, especially with, again, I got to get rid of this place in Connecticut, so that's not a financial burden on me, and all these factors that are coming.
Never happening.
Hell, I haven't even had
which you could tell him, you'll just stop paying that one day.
Checkup yet, since I've been out here, because I still don't have health care because the state of Washington fucked it all up. Eventually, when I
X on that
Nothing
one.
I
get health care and I get checked out, that's another thing. What if I get checked out and I found out that I have something really wrong with me, right? So if I had a kid, it would be completely irresponsible until I know that I'm healthy, and you know what I mean? There's all these factors.
Oh my God, you're full body
Yeah, I was just about to say, let's have a full body scan.
Hang on, Leanna.
Before you even try.
Leanna,
no sex until I get the scans.
I see you're looking a little horny, Leanna, but I want to remind you, I have not had my health check yet, so that will not be happening, okay? Thank you. Please put your clothes back on, Leanna, quickly.
Gonna have to wait till we get the results, Hungy.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Leanna.
Ooh, speaking of the devil.
I'm healthy, and you know what I mean? There's all these factors.
We're not having kids.
Leanna just...
We're not having kids.
We're not having kids from Leanna.
She yelled that we're not having kids from the next room.
Hold on, let's get that again. Let me enhance this. She said something else, but DSP ignored it.
Leanna just yelled that we're not having kids from the next room. If
Could you get that? I could not. Let me hear it one more time.
Not, no, sir.
It's very tough.
in some point in the future I ever wanted to do that, what I would have to do, honestly, is probably branch out from what I'm doing right now on YouTube. In the future, if
something pretty? Something pretty.
That's what I was thinking.
I thought,
yeah, something pretty.
If
I couldn't get it.
in some point,
I'll send it to Logan K, the audio master, and see if he can figure this out.
Ah, yes, that is the guy to send it to.
Always just send your...
Matt Icing, the baby wouldn't be pretty. Big if true. Actually, a correct take from Leanna. The baby would not be pretty.
Oh, it wouldn't be pretty.
Baby.
You could be right on that. You're scared of my clitty. No, that's not it. But it's funny though. Hold on. Let's hear it. Let's listen with both those in mind, okay? It wouldn't be pretty, or you're scared of my clitty. Here we go.
if
wait, that was too quick. That was too quick.
We're not having kids.
Leanna just yelled that we're not having kids from the next room. If
I'm too fucking pretty. Could be that.
in the future I ever wanted to do that, what I would have to do, honestly, is probably branch out from what I'm doing right now on YouTube and Twitch. It's not enough of a steady,
You have to be like a
stable
variety
income
style
to
guy.
support
Maybe start a podcast
a
or something.
Let's put it that way. And I know that there's many other YouTubers who are probably bigger than me and they make way more money and they can do that. I can't. All right, I'm a realist here. I'm being real with you.
They can have
That's
kids.
the situation.
It's in their contract. Me, not so much.
Nope.
Is that, at one point 2-3 years ago, if I had kept at that level of popularity, maybe I would have been able to do it. I can't at this point, and I can't.
Yes.
So what I would have to do is one of two things: either go into business for myself, start some kind of either online based or even brick and mortar based business where I would have a business going.
What money you doing that with? More business loans? God. Think about how much debt he's in now. He's talking about starting another business.
That I could run and operate and hopefully make money on that, and that's more consistent while maybe I still do some YouTube stuff. So it's a pairing, you know what I mean? I have a
he's
steady
going to get
job
another business loan with unstable income, and then he's going to make that successful.
Pretty
even though he could
cool.
get his first business. Okay, sounds good, dude. I'm going to pitch. That's a good pitch.
Yeah, this works well.
Stuff. Or I go back to work, a full-time job, somewhere in the entertainment or gaming industry, hopefully, something with internet-related video on demand and stuff like that. And
what kind of work do you think that is? It's not really especially how DSP does it. I know there's sometimes you could get skills that you can transfer on elsewhere, but what skills is DSP learning from his YouTube career? Yelling at the screen?
Nothing. How to be the hardest person to work with ever. Also, I enjoy the word salad. It's a video online related entertainment video game industry style. Like, what are we just throwing everything at the wall?
Yeah.
And, I do that as a full-time thing, and then I still do this kind of YouTube thing on the side. If I have the consistency of that, then I could I could possibly consider, having kids in the future. But at this point, no, there is just
kick the can down the road.
No way. I'm a realist. And I'm not going to say any kind of silliness in my head that I can have as many kids as I want. No. I'm a responsible adult. I'm not going to jump into that. I know I can't handle that financially. And quite honestly, with the stuff that I do for work, could I even do it mentally? I don't know. So that is the honest answer right now. That was a really good question.
The internet has mentally broke him so early on. He already cannot have kids like 4 years in.
That's what it is.
An intelligent question, because a lot of people probably think, if you're a full-time YouTuber, could you do this kind of stuff? Yeah, if I were much bigger, even I could, like I said, if I were as big as I were a few years ago, maybe. At this point, no, it wouldn't be responsible for me to look into doing that. And maybe in a few years that'll change. Maybe in a few years I'll have some other stuff going on. I don't know. We're going to have to see how that happens. What I can tell you is this. The job market in Seattle, at least, like people had just mentioned, you got Nintendo, you got Valve, you got Bungie, you got a bunch of media companies, Microsoft, media companies around gaming as well in this area that maybe I could get involved with versus me.
How you going to get in the door there? How you getting in there? Just because they exist doesn't mean you can work there. Yeah, all these places, Nintendo, Microsoft. I get a job at the drop of a hat.
There's oil all over this land. Okay, DSP, how are you going to get to it? Well,
what? Yeah, walking in. Excuse me, I've played many of your great titles, Nintendo. I'd like to work here. I can start on Monday.
Doing a 9-to-5 office job of something that I don't like. So, I don't know. We'll have to see in the future.
Okay.
Next question.
It is crazy
This
how
is
his
from
view on
Alex. He
Seattle
says, "What is your
changed.
Used to be very cool. Think how hype he thinks it is now. Like, it's a hype place. He's loving it. But now
All
it's
these
the worst place
businesses,
on earth.
there's so many opportunities. Cons we're going to. Dude, this place rocks.
Yeah, hottest place on earth,
stance
man.
on trading in games to get new games?" Okay.
What's your what,
Your stance on trading in new games to get new games.
Does this need a stance? What? I don't get this one. All right.
Alex, and he says, "What is your stance on trading in games to get new games?" Okay.
It's something you can do. Go ahead. What?
Yeah.
Do you
What's the take here? What are you supposed to say?
feel attached to your games like I do and never turn them in, or do you
okay.
feel like they're just collecting dust and they should be done away with? I'm very much attached to every game that I purchase, even if it's shitty. I grew up very poor, and my mom could only afford maybe 1 or 2 games a year, so I also have a fear that if I trade in a game that I may end up missing it or wanting to replay it again sometime down the line, or the game will become very rare and I may be making a mistake.
Okay, I see what he's saying now. Okay, so it's like, you know, when you only have 2 games, you hold on to them. But that's a very old take. These days, that's not even a fucking thing as much as it once was.
Yeah, I
But
got all my games are digital. I couldn't give a shit less about them. And even if I didn't have them, I'd go and get a copy somewhere else. And emulation is such a thing you don't have to worry about typically. Worry about not ever playing a game again.
Like, there was a time when I, like, my, Super Nintendo games, there's a box in my parents' house. Like, my dad said, "You want me to get rid of these?" Like, well, nah, don't get rid of them. You know what I mean? I don't want to get rid of them because
I have my dad's old games from back in the day, and I keep those specifically because they're my dad's. I have his old and his old game consoles as well.
Oh, there you go. See, so there is something to that. I see this point now as much, but I don't think Philip has any attachment to anything, so it won't be the same.
I can understand what Alex is saying. There's a sentimental value, especially when it comes to things that maybe...
Hang on, let me hear that again.
Understand what Alex is saying. There's a sentimental value, especially when it comes to things that maybe you had in your childhood or things that were real near and dear to you, maybe your favorite game of all time, and you want to physically own that game.
Mm-hmm.
I certainly can
DSP
tell you
still has old games,
that when it comes
by the way, in his closet to this day that he saved from the last closet clean out that he never sold.
to things such as Final Fantasy 3 or 6, whatever you want to call it, that I did a full playthrough of. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's a game that I like to go back to from time to time to play. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. And the thing is, when I was younger and I was foolish, I actually traded in all my Super Nintendo games, my Final Fantasies and all that. I traded them in to try to get some money to go off doing something else. And years later, I
Probably to go to tournaments instead of doing cash advances.
kicked myself in the ass. I said, why the hell did I ever sell these games?
More respectable.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Should have saved them. How foolish of me.
It's better than using your credit card to do cash advances.
But I don't really think, quite honestly, I have, say, a sentimental value attached to the physical game. Maybe to the game itself, to the playing of the game, sure. If I had no manner whatsoever to ever play...
He just doesn't care about something deep enough again. This is just that on repeat.
Fantasy 3, 6 again,
3,
I might
6.
be upset. But I know right now, at any time, I could go buy it at a thrift store. You could buy it online. There's people who still have them. There's emulated versions of them. And yeah, people say, but you're playing emulated. Listen, if you're emulating or stealing a new game, that's different. But let's face it, Square Enix is not making any new money off of Final Fantasy VI right now. And if the only method I could get was to play it on an emulator, I could do that. Okay? That's different than back, maybe you wouldn't been able, maybe if you think, I can never play it again, but that's kind of the difference about the digital age, is that everything's on demand. How many on-demand PlayStation 2 games can you play on the PlayStation 3? And how many PlayStation 3 games eventually will be on
when you were a kid, like it is different.
on demand for PlayStation 4?
You could show it to somebody and be like, I
these
remember this exact cartridge was the one that I would wake up and I would and I would be so excited, like.
Are going to be sold and resold and rebought for years and years and years. So, no, quite honestly, I never really had a sentimental attachment to my original copy of the game. I get the sentiment when I play the game, like, wow, I remember how good this is.
You just said you were pissed about selling it, but all right. Why would you be pissed about selling it then if you didn't have any sentimental
His answer
value?
was also like, I don't feel bad for selling it to get something new because I could just buy it from a thrift store later. And it's like, so you're gonna sell it for like the trash money and then you're gonna go and rebuy it later for more money? Great idea. I love that for you.
The plot's great and all that, but I don't really get that feeling just by looking at the game. You know what I mean?
Okay, got
So
it.
in that regards, no, I've never been like physically attached to the games or the game collections that I've ever had. I can understand. Here's someone, you know. This Alex says that he only had 1 or 2 games a year. Okay, if you were only getting 1 or 2 games a year, yeah, I could see maybe you were getting a lot of sentimental attachment. I was lucky enough that I had a few new games a year, and I was constantly renting games. My mom would rent games for me.
Okay.
So I'd play a
Yeah,
ton
you
of
were
games
spoiled
a
as shit. That's fine.
Constantly
That's the
renting.
answer.
But yeah, no, I understand people who have sentimental value. I do attach sentimental value to stuff, just not games. You know, I've got those keychains that I talked about, you know, that my friend T gave me back in the days when we used to go to our local arcade. And now I will hold on to those keychains for the rest of my life because I feel that is like the one attachment that I still have to him when he was
Shoutouts to T keychains.
lost, you know, in the 90s when he was, unfortunately, he passed away. So I do have sentimental value attached to
T
stuff.
is more important in DSP's lore and life than his own childhood memories. Like
Yes.
if that. If you get the attachment from the keychains to T, why do you not get that attachment to when you were literally a child and your own memories? It's very strange to me that he doesn't form that connection.
Passed away is kind of a weird thing to say too. I agree with you, George York Morgan. It's not exactly what happened, and it's very clear what did happen. But,
Yeah, that is a weird way to put it.
you know. But
Okay. Next question from...
big up to Ikiro. Says spoiled kid has no connection to his toy because he got everything he ever wanted. Great point, Ikiro. That's exactly it. When you have everything, you don't care about anything, and that's for fucking sure. You know, and I think that's telling right here.
Yes, sir. He said it himself. He rents they were renting all the time. So,
and it is a big difference when you rent a game when you own a game. Massive difference. Massive.
Cody Carls, he says, you mentioned not too long ago that you received your green screen, and I was wondering what's been up with that. Do you plan on spending any time trying to use it during
fuck
downtime?
You. No.
And slower?
Iwamoto says tomorrow on the ban list will be T-Chain Rio. T-Chain... no, okay, I'll stop. It's going to get toxic. Passed away, not murdered, real, something like that would work.
Weeks?
Right,
is it going to be a while before we expect it? Thanks, and thanks for answering my question. And he's not the only person who asked that. A few other people did. He was just the first person. And the answer is this.
Go ahead.
Yes, I did purchase a green screen setup. It's not only a green screen, it's also lighting, professional style lighting. There's like this big boom light that goes over you that like supposed to be above you to stop shadows. Like you can see right now on my back wall, there's shadows. That would show up on the green screen.
Wait.
Supposed to get rid of those, okay? But it's a big setup. It's a big rig. You have to build it. Behind me, I have to build it here with clips and stuff to hold the green screen in place.
It's a nightmare.
And the thing is, I would like to use it, but right now,
I'd like
all the games that I'm
it's a nightmare. There's clips, lights.
going through and all the stuff happening, I just don't have time. Come 2015, I really want to toss out that year 2015 is basically going to be a year of kind of renewal. All right, and what I mean by that is you're going to see lots of new stuff coming out that I didn't do before. You're going to see
everybody remembers
Project
the
7,
renewal arc of 2015.
The great renewal.
Original idea that I had for it. You're going to see a new series about YouTube, and it's a comedy series that's going to be coming out. I like to find the time to work and try to figure out the green screen. There's new stuff coming.
He's going to do a new series, a comedy series about YouTube.
Yeah, this sounds pretty cool. All this is going to happen.
2015, and that's kind of the time when I'm going to start messing around with this green screen, so maybe I can use it in something like Project 7.
Setting up a green screen, that's a month-long project. You guys know that.
Okay. But I don't have time right now. Right now, we're in the middle of the hardcore gaming season. And yeah, this week in particular may be slow, but coming up, we've got a ton of weeks that are going to be incredibly busy, and people are going to be all about where's the new stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And I have to be on top of that. So, no, in the next several weeks into the
end
of the year, I'm pretty much booked. But come next year, there's high potential that's when I'll finally be messing with that. I know I wanted to do it during the summer. It didn't come together, and now, unfortunately, I'm caught up with stuff. We'll see what happens in 2015.
All right. Project 7 returns. Yeah, not a trailer. Project 7 returns. Good point. Okay.
Next
Please
question.
get to the question we care about.
Why is he
this
so
one's
out
from
of breath?
Kappa Dog.
He's drinking.
And he says, hey, Phil,
and
now that you've gotten accustomed to the Seattle
That's
lifestyle,
not normal.
do you
You can't convince me that's fucking normal. You're not supposed to be out of that out of breath after taking a sip.
Well, he just explained a lot of stuff.
How people were in Connecticut compared to the people in Seattle. Do you notice if people have a Seattle accent when talking in English?
Is he going to say there's way more ethnic people here? That's the question I put before you.
A lot of Asians out this way.
Is he going to say
Asian food?
Yeah.
No Italians.
Is he going to say something about the races of people? Let's see.
First of all, the accent question, because that's the easier one.
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
in fact, I think everyone out here sounds about the same.
Ah.
And it's funny because some people out here said to us that we have an accent, and I'm like, what? You sound like me. So I don't hear it, but apparently some people can detect that people are from different areas of the country or something.
Yeah. Yeah, you think? Whoa, hold on. Is that true?
There's some sort of accent radar detection system installed. I must have missed that one.
These people are wild over here.
I don't hear it, but apparently some people can detect that people are from different areas of the country or something.
Oh?
But no, I have not. Everyone here seems to sound, the same as they did back on the East Coast. But the mentality of the people is different. Let me explain.
Please. I wonder if this is going to be positive or negative. I think it's going to be positive because, Seattle's the best place on earth now, so. But I wonder what you're going to say.
Yeah, that's the time. That's the narrative.
What's his angle here?
On the East Coast of the United
Oh, okay. Logan has responded to my request for a review of the audio, and he comes back with this. The kids would be pretty is his prediction. Okay? Okay, so we're at 12:40 right now. Remember that, Atlus. 12:40. Let's hear it again. With that in mind, let's go back and hear this. Okay? The kids would be pretty is what Leanna says. Let's hear it.
If...
Okay, hold on one more time.
In some point...
Let me boost it up here.
We're not having kids from the next room.
I mean, it could be, right? The kids would be pretty. It could be. Who knows, though? That's not confirmed, but, it's a good option as any. The Clitty one is funnier.
Explain. On the
I'm going to go with my headcanon, which is Clitty, of course.
He can't find
That's the narrative I'm
Clitty.
pushing.
States. It's all about, I got to get from point A to point B in minimal amount of time, hustle and bustle, always constantly busy, always constantly moving, always constantly doing everything. I'm involved in this, I'm on my phone, I'm driving, I'm going here and there, you're on the road. God forbid that you sit at a red light for 2 extra seconds when it turns green because people will be slamming on their fucking horn. Get the fuck out of my way, I gotta go, I'm in a hurry. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And basically it's a heart attack kind of living. Honestly, it's like your blood pressure.
I'm not sure. I think he's talking about it in Connecticut right now, in all honesty.
Connecticut's
so
like that.
I missed the beginning myself.
Okay, I don't care.
There's always a maximum because at any point you might get hit by a car or some shit might happen and everyone's always running around it constantly. It's not like that. On the West Coast. On the West Coast.
So it was in Connecticut. Okay, I want to say, somebody said it in chat, that DSP is a bad driver. You don't have that many issues if you don't drive like shit. You are the problem on the road.
Well, don't worry. He's found his solace in the West Coast. Let's hear it.
Way of living that's a lot more laid back.
Laid back.
It's a lot more accepting. That's another thing. A lot more accepting and non-judgmental.
Of what? Of white people like you? Is that what you're going to say?
You can actually go out here with...
They don't hate me here. Everyone hated me in Connecticut. It's because I was white.
With a mohawk and a freaking crazy t-shirt, you know what I mean? And walk the streets, and you're not going to get people saying, look at that asshole. No, people are, whatever. Treat him like a normal dude. People drive...
DSP is exactly that person that thinks that, though. So why would he want to move to the West Coast if that's not the mentality?
Yes.
It's so weird that people do that.
This is what I've noticed. Really, people driving take their sweet time. Very rarely do I see someone who's in a rush to get anywhere. Again, red light changes, waiting and waiting. Red turn signal changes, takes them forever to go. And for me, it's actually it's something that I have to get used to and learn because like I said, I've lived on the East Coast my whole life where that New York state of mind where, everyone's flying around and bumper to bumper and blah, 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 blah. And here it's a lot more laid back and calming and relaxing. And so when I'm not all stressed out about stuff that's going on here in the house and stuff, it's actually a lot nicer out here.
You mean financial stuff?
In that regard, especially at this point in my life where I really need more relaxation, it's actually helped in that regard.
I need more relaxation.
So
I moved to the West Coast because the traffic was better. I needed it for my mental health, you guys.
Leaves his house once a week, by the way, but okay.
I like the fact that people don't basically get up in your shit, and it is a lot more calm. Now, there's some people who maybe just basically don't like that. I like the fact that I'm busy at every moment of my life and I got to get to point A to point B because I'm going to die someday and I can't waste my time, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's okay if that's how you want to live, right? But that's not how it is out here. And if you come out here with that mentality, you're going to be like, what the hell? I don't understand. People aren't flying 90 miles per hour down a side road. No, they don't do that shit out here. Out here, people are like respectable and careful It's a lot different. That's the major
This
change
is a
that I've
very
seen.
strange mentality for him to have, because he already was incapable of time management to any degree. And if that's
Yes.
legitimately the lesson that he learned after being there for like 3 fucking weeks, like no wonder his life is so terrible and he can't get anything done.
And I need, when things get stressed around the house, so what does that even mean when you're making videos online? I mean, that just shows how online he is. Like, he just, everything
Well,
is
also,
online, all these stress, you know?
You always hear him talk about, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm so stressed out and I just need to relax. Well, maybe you should actually fix your problems before relaxing. Maybe that should be step one. It's actually solving the thing that is causing you stress so that you can relax legitimately.
Nah. Fuck that.
No, I need to go sit down and pull Hogan's.
The pasta maker says, spoiled kids attach sentimental value to things. I say this as a spoiled only child. Phil isn't human, and that's thanks to very shitty parenting, in my opinion. Thank you to Pasta Maker for sharing that opinion. As a spoiled only child, though. But I think maybe Philip was spoiled to the likes of which you could not even reach, because he had every single thing he wanted. Multiple sets of rock band accessories. Is that what you were dealing with?
Instruments.
Yeah.
Who had all the instruments?
All the instruments with no friends, the Pasta Maker. Is that how spoiled you were? Riddle me this, the Pasta Maker. He turned down a Disneyland trip because he didn't even like Disney that much. Riddle me this, the Pasta Maker.
It is kind of crazy. I forgot about that. That's how long it's been since we did At the King.
Okay. Next question. This is one that a bunch of people have asked me.
No,
this one is from
please.
Pancake, and he asked the following.
Pancake.
Are you going to be setting up a new P.O. box so that the fans can send stuff to you at any point? I thought about it.
And I did it.
Remember, I had a P.O. box in Connecticut for years. And
he never
early
checked
on,
it.
when I first...
Oh, real quick, Hosky says, no one gets up in your shit. Shut up over there, PTSD. Yeah, that's why. He just hasn't had any friends to get pissed at him yet. That's why no one gets up in your shit. Good point.
No confrontation when nobody knows who you are. You're right. You're right.
Ooh, top left style. Let's do it. Come on, get in here. Look at this. We're about to tell some bullshit here in a second. Here we go. What is it?
Many years ago, 3 years. And early on, when I first did it, and keep in mind, this was many years ago, 3-4 years ago, when I first opened up the P.O. box, I got
Like he was
fan
trying to
mail all
swat
the
it
time.
away when you rewinded it.
People would send me cool stuff from where they lived in other countries, and I'd get games and cool things in the mail and things that I would show, she-shirts and stuff all the time. And that was nice. And then I'd say probably mail and things that I would show, she-shirts and stuff.
Down by the seashore.
I'd get games and cool things in the mail and things that I would show, she-shirts and stuff all the time.
Who doesn't love she-shirts?
And that was nice. And then I'd say probably after a year or two, it trickled down, it stopped, it slowed down a little bit. I didn't
It trickled down. He means slowed to a trickle, right? But he says trickled down.
It trickled down.
And then I'd say probably after a year or two, it trickled down, it stopped, it slowed down a little bit. I didn't mention the P.O. box as much, so people really weren't sending me that much stuff. And then by the end of 2013, it was so expensive to maintain this P.O. box. I shit you not, they told me the renewal notice was like almost $700 for the year. The United States Postal Service was going to charge me $700 to have a P.O. box that they don't...
That seems fairly insane. I mean, how big are we talking here,
Tell
man?
me when I get an item.
Oh,
There's
I
no
bet you he
notification
bought the Mega Deluxe Package 9000.
true
Like
point.
the fucking highest, most expensive P.O. box you could get, DSP was paying for. They upsold the shit out of that at the counter because they could smell it. They could smell a sale from 100 miles away.
The poster, yeah, you could fit poster seal. Don't even need to roll them up. Just put the poster in there straight. It's amazing. A walk-in P.O. box. Yeah.
Brother bought the vault package.
Your personal vault, sir. Like it's Gringotts and Harry Potter. You go down in the ball. Hang on, sir. Bring. What's the password? No, like that being said, we got one. I think it's like 180 for a whole year, which is I thought that was crazy, to be honest. But that's how much it costs.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy.
But and I got the small
Yo, you get all
one.
those nice hats though.
So I'll keep it going.
Some whatsoever, and they routinely would just mail shit back to the people who sent it to me because they were dicks. They just didn't care. I said, screw this, I'm not keeping the P.O. box. Okay? So, now I live in Washington State, okay? And by the way, we're already having problems with the United States Postal Service here, so by no chance am I ever going to get a P.O. box with them again. They suck. But there's actually a UPS store very close by, like a block away, that I could easily get to if I wanted to have a P.O. box. And UPS actually emails you when they receive an item. What a groundbreaking feature. You mean in 2014 someone sends you an email? Holy shit. I can't believe the technology, right? So
I wish people
I've
would
been
stop
considering
sending me
possibly,
emails
again,
in
in
current
2015
year.
this would be. In 2015, opening up a new P.O. box over at the UPS store, but I haven't looked at the pricing yet. If the pricing is reasonable. All right, so, okay, it's a couple $100 a year. That's reasonable. Not $700 a year for something that I was barely using, okay? So, yes, I will consider doing a P.O. box. At this point, I have no direct plans of doing it immediately, but I may do it in the near future.
Okay.
Okay.
And he would do that, actually. But.
Excuse me. So, next question is from Bushidoa. He's a longtime viewer and fan, and he actually does from time to time submit fan art and do other stuff. So thank you, Bushi, for the question.
Shout out to
He says,
Bushi
Phil,
even.
you seem to be getting up to date now with WWE programming and all the shitty Bella Twins segments. Oh boy. By the way, tonight I'm watching wrestling, which I forgot to mention on the pre-stream tonight. So I get to catch up on WWE.
Is that bad, or?
I was wondering what your opinion is of CM Punk's departure
he loves
from
it,
said
but
company.
he acts like he hates it the whole time.
Yeah, remember
Classic.
we make fun of Triple P because he's not a real wrestling fan, but okay, that makes sense.
Right.
Okay. I was wondering what your opinion is of CM Punk's departure from said company, and do you think...
the Bellas are hot girls, so it makes sense.
Oh, no way.
That's
Can
why
we
we
get
don't
a-
like them. Okay, yeah, you want a shot of them? Yeah.
Yeah,
they're hot.
anything really will.
Bella Twins from back in the day. Okay, so here we go. Oh God, yeah, this is disgusting. Oh my God, I can't even look at it.
I'm gonna hate this. I can already tell.
Disgusting. Oh my God, it's so disgusting. Get them out of here. They're nasty. What is this? Who wants this? Get out of here. It's
My God,
nasty.
I've never wanted anything less in my entire
God,
life.
I'm gonna
Let
puke.
me increase the quality here. Okay, yeah, I hate that. Get it off the screen.
Throwing
Come
up.
on.
God.
Ew.
Nibbity says, she shirts, hold on. She shirt C-shirt stabbed by the she shore. Ah, gotcha. Nibbity, big ups.
He'll ever return to pro wrestling in general? Well, if you've actually been staying abreast of the... I don't know why I say abreast.
You need to stay abreast. That is the second time.
There's a word that I'm... Well, if you've actually been staying abreast of the... I don't know why I say abreast. There's a word that I'm thinking of. It's not abreast, but if you're staying in the mix of pro wrestling...
You're making it
Stay
worse,
up to
Philip.
date.
CM Punk's gone. CM Punk quit WWE after the Royal Rumble this year. He hated the storylines he was in. They weren't going to put him in any position to do anything he wanted to do. They were going to put him in a shitty feud with Kane, which they ended up giving to Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan ended up winning WrestleMania, and now he's out because he's injured. It's like...
God.
So CM Punk just saw all this shit going on.
What is
I don't want
this?
any part of this company anymore. You know, I was with them. I did their bullshit
I miss
for years. I
everything
can't
he
take
said,
it
and I
anymore.
I
don't
don't
give a
care.
fuck.
Yeah.
CM Punk is a very outspoken individual.
Yeah.
He stands up for what he believes in. He will
Yeah, he's
risk
a real
his
hero.
own personal
Philip, this is a
prosperity.
wrestler, man. He stands up for what he believes in. He will
The true
not cheat
patriot.
to win. Yeah. He never will cheat to win. He will fight honorably.
For the sake of doing what he feels is right. And he felt that leaving the company at that point made a statement that they didn't know what they were doing, and he just stuck to his guns and he left. Okay?
All right.
A lot of people have issue with that. They say Punk should have came back. He should have, at least honored his contract, which was through July of this year.
Okay.
And, there's a lot of different schools of thought. I actually, on Smart Guys, when this happened, when he left, I publicly talked about my feelings at the time, and they're kind of the same. CM Punk needed to do what he felt was right. If you're in a position that you're doing something for a job and you don't have your heart in it anymore, and you don't
based off the
believe in it
drugs you're
anymore,
on. This is what we learned
you
earlier.
think that it's wrong, and you actually have morality issues with what's going on with that job, and you would leave, you got to do it. You got to do what you feel is right inside. You can't keep going through and being just a cog in the machine and being used, and that's what he felt like he was doing.
Why is DSP like
He's come out
reciting a
publicly
John
since then.
Cena speech right now? He hates Cena.
Well, this is CM Punk though, so we don't know enough.
He's done. He's made
It's something.
enough money. He saved his money. He didn't blow it like a lot of these other people in the industry, and he's done. He doesn't want to do pro wrestling anymore. He's happy to just fade into obscurity and maybe do celebrity appearances from time to time, and that's it.
Oh, Talby, thank you, Talby. This is highly inaccurate. Punk left for medical reasons and then got fired on his wedding day. So he doesn't even know the shit. He's pretending to sound like he knows what's going on. So very cool. Great.
And you know what?
Maybe he fell for the WWE based propaganda, right? Maybe they spun the story, and like the mark he is, he fell for it. I don't know at the time because I'm not familiar with the subject, but
like I love to ask, like, in like DX, like D-Generation X, like the crotch chops and all that shit. Like everyone's heard of that. Like, when they like hate the company, like DSP thought like, yeah, they fucking hate WWE. They're going against the company.
They sign their checks every week in there, and they're real rebels. Yeah, I believe that.
They hate Vince. They really do hate him. They even crotch chopped Vince. He was pissed.
If that's really what he wants to do with his life, he lived his life his way, right? And he left when he felt it wasn't in his control to live his life the way he wanted to live it anymore. He recently got married to AJ Lee. I don't know how many people know that. He actually, in real life, got married to AJ Lee. So now he's still going to be probably starting a family soon, I would think. And good, more power to him. Good on him. And I wish him the best. Because that's the kind of person you got to be.
More power to him, man.
In life, a person who you stand up for what you believe in, you're outspoken, and when shit comes and bullshit happens, you call bullshit for what it is. I think I actually draw a lot of parallels between myself and him, the way that he's lived.
Oh my God. What a fucking loser, brother.
He's just like me. Fur. He's just like me.
His life. Now, the difference is, I actually draw a lot of parallels between myself and him, the way that he's lived his life. Now, the difference is,
what do you think the differences are? ALT, stop. What are the differences
I'll tell you,
between
I kind of got a little
CM
bit of
Punk and
hint, but the one thing is, I'm not a millionaire like him. Even though he literally did make $1 million, he just lost it all. That's what it's going to be. I'm not rich and famous like him. That's what it's going to be. Ready?
All right.
$1 bajillion, self and him, the way that he lived his life. Now, the difference is, I didn't make $5 bajillion for the couple years that I was popular on YouTube, right? So unfortunately, I would like to say, well, fuck it, I quit YouTube and walk away and just sit on my money for the rest of my life. I can't do that. The bottom line also is
why?
Hey, bottom line.
I never heard this one. The bottom line also is, that's interesting. But Philip did make over $1 million when he was the most popular on YouTube. So let's not say there's never made a lot of money, right? But okay.
Just sit on my money for the
I
rest.
like the framing here that the biggest difference between him and CM Punk is the amount of money made. It's not the physical talent or effort put in on his behalf. It's not the actual character traits that drive the man. It's obviously all about the amount of money they've made. That's it. The biggest thing.
He's made more than me.
Rest of my life, I can't do that. The bottom line also is, unlike him, I'm not being told by WWE to do terrible storylines. I control what I do. I control what I play. I have a different situation than him, and I actually like what I'm doing. So I'm going to continue to do it and have
jokes on him. I prefer to be me.
Fun doing it and make money doing it. He felt it was time to stop that lifestyle, and he did. And I hope that he has a great life, and I hope no one bothers, because that's the thing. Celebrities
CM Punk would never do wrestling again.
Constantly get bothered. He just wants to kind of fade into obscurity and be a normal person, and people won't let him. On the street, he gets stopped. Interviewers want to have.
CM Punk notoriously doesn't want people to know him.
Unbelievable.
Yep, never heard of him again.
So whatever. I hope that he has a good life.
Cuts promos and still wrestles, doesn't he? To this day.
I know he's done a lot of shit. Is he at WrestleMania this weekend? Oh, he was on WrestleMania yesterday.
I thought he was. Yeah, I thought he was still in. He was supposed to be with that other God, I can't remember his name. He wore the big red boots the one time. I remember that.
Big red boots.
It doesn't matter.
Hulk Hogan, red boots.
Ran the Colt. It doesn't matter. Who cares?
Oh, God. Big ups for Wandering Monk.
Seth Rollins, thank you. Yes, it's Seth Rollins. Was he supposed to fight Seth Rollins or wrestle rather? Not Dolly Parton.
That's a good guess, though. Wandering Monk says, need to stay a moob of the situation. Stay a moob of the situation. That's what he really was trying to say. Chris Dorner Respecter says, what gacha game was he hooked on at this point? Well, that's a good question. I don't think we know exactly. A Supercard was released on August 14th of 2014, as you can see from this at the top of your screen here. And this video we're watching right now was filmed in September of 2014, which means we are literally 1 month after the release of Supercard. So he's probably playing Dokkan Battle.
It's supposed to make an appearance.
Yeah, so he does get asked the question about that, and we looks like we're okay on time. How much time till he starts? Well, when he's supposed to start. Oh, God, he's supposed to start in 8 minutes. So we probably still have time, though. Don't worry. Only 7 minutes left in this video, so we should be fine.
Okay.
Okay.
A couple more questions, and then we're going to take a break.
Here we go.
Next question is from DML897. And he says, earlier on, I think maybe in 2010, in an Ask the King video, you mentioned your feelings on mobile gaming at that time.
Yeah,
we watched that one. We watched that one whenever that was, I promise you, but I can't remember when it was. We've been doing this show now for like more than a year, right, Atlus, I think? Or a year and a half now, maybe.
Yeah.
Jesus, we got to finish it.
I had to miss my first episode to go to a Christmas party in like 2023, I want to say.
There you go. See? So this it's a long-going series. I think we're not even halfway yet, are we? Or are we? I think we did pass halfway. Thank fuck.
I think we're past halfway, yeah, because there's only 90-some episodes.
Okay. Well, we're past halfway now.
Never hit 100.
It's a viable source of income and a good money-making, structure for businesses. That it was kind of dumb, and the iPad and iPhone were terrible forms for gaming, or platforms for gaming. Now you own an iPad and an iPhone, and you play games on them regularly to the point where you're talking about them and even talking about doing videos on them.
Yes.
I'm not here to be one of those people who says, oh, DSP's a hypocrite, because let's face it, over time, people's opinions can change on stuff. Holy shit, an intelligent human who understands that something that I said in 2010 doesn't necessarily have to be the black and white statement of what I feel about something, and that my attitude can change over time. Holy crap. An intelligent human.
Learn that, trolls.
Takes a while to get to one of these, apparently, but it's okay.
My issue with the way the DSP flip-flops is literally nothing changes. He just will change his mind for no apparent reason.
Yes.
He doesn't ever soften up on something. He will literally just flip-flop to push a narrative. It's very odd.
Yes, but this means you're intelligent if you agree with him changing his mind on something. That's intelligent.
I just can't think of a time he ever went back and played a game and was like, actually on second playthrough, maybe I changed my mind on that mechanic. It is more useful this way. Like, he doesn't ever do that. He just changes his mind on a whim in a discussion, and then is pissed off when people call him a hypocrite.
Yes, you're stupid if you do that. If you agree with him, you're intelligent. If you disagree, you're stupid. But okay.
Okay, so his question is, what changed for you? What made you go from a mobile hater of sorts to enjoying the platform so much that you're now going to be doing a series with mobile games and stuff?
Mobile hater of sorts.
All right, so let's talk.
I'm a mobile hater. I'm hating everywhere I go.
100%.
Mobile hater.
What the hell? I 100%.
Anywhere you need hate, I could be there. Just make a call. Yo, look what just
Hell
he couldn't even pick it up without it booting.
Dude, that's the shot right there. All right, let me send that to King Jad real quick. I'll just spam him. He needs these thumbnails for this, so I'll just spam him. He'll enjoy this. That's one for Twitter, too. Hell yeah. Look at this. Supercard. We are in the throes of a supercard addiction right now. We are on the forums. We are talking about how much we're playing it, and I'm not sure exactly the timeline on when he says how much he plays, but he did admit to doing thousands and thousands of matches in 2-week time, likes of which would add up to around 80 hours in 2 weeks. And this is when we're right in there. So he would go very hard into mobile games starting from this time right now.
All right.
A full-time job in Supercard is crazy. That is that unfathomable, really.
If you haven't seen that stream, I think that is it, or this. Come on, Cat. Which one is it? Give it to me, Cat, please. Son of a bitch, Cat! I did it, though! Sometimes she doesn't listen so well, even though I write it correctly.
They do that. You just... never mind. I'll stop there.
Supercard. I did that! Catherine, I did that! Catherine, listen up! Why aren't you listening to me? What did I do wrong?
Catbot on off air, offline?
Yeah. No, it can't be. Hold on. I'm gonna settle this right the fuck now. It's right too. It's all working. Okay, fuck this.
I 100%, what the hell? I 100%, look what just booted when I turned on my iPhone. WWE Supercard. Right? You can't see it because of the light. Oops.
There
WWE
it is. No, that's not
Supercard, a game that I've been playing recently.
All right, hold on. Sorry, I
100%, what the hell? I 100%, look what just booted when I turned on my iPhone. WWE Supercard.
Oh, it's Hogan too. Look. It's
Literally the
Hogan!
shirt rip.
Well, now I see why he played it so much. Look at this. How can
It's so
you die?
enticing.
Uh-huh. All right, well, I'll just do it manually because Kat is not doing it. Cannot wait to fire her this summer. I'm going to bring back a different version. It's not going to be Catbot. Here we go. This is the stream, the Supercard
Catbot
episode.
2. She's actually going to have the swimsuit model this time around. I know you guys were asking.
There we go.
All right, you can't see it because of the light. Oops. WWE. Maybe we'll see some people.
Okay, here we go. Big up some Gator. You're a legend, sir. What do I got for you here? Let's see. Whoa, Bella Twins!
Now, some Gator, I think that was worth it. That was probably one of the best ones we've had here.
Yeah.
Usually you get like rocks or something.
It is random, so that's the thing. I always do the top one. I promise you, I always do the top one. So there we go.
Supercard, a game that I've been playing recently. I've mentioned over the past year I've been playing the Injustice app a lot, okay? So, yes, I completely, utterly, 100% understand mobile gaming and how it works. But here's the thing, and this kind of still stands true to the point that I was making way back when.
Waffle Bunny wants the same. I'll do it.
Yes,
Here
let's
we go.
go.
Whoa, Bunny. Waffle Bunny in the house. Okay.
Thank you, Waffle Buddy.
Here's the thing, and this kind of still stands true to the point that I was making way back when. The point I was trying to make was that this game here, I'm going to show you, just to show you how stupid this game is.
Weird way to hold it.
Oh, yes. Let's hear how stupid this game is. Let's hear how dumb it is.
I was trying to make.
Please
was that
tell
this
us.
game here, I'm going to show you, just to
show us how dumb it is.
show you how stupid this game is, okay?
Yeah, come on.
You go into a menu, you click here. Oh, okay, look, there's cards on the screen. So I tap, look, here's the extent of mobile gaming and where it can go. I'm about to show you, okay?
Oh my God, this is so
Look at how stupid
wild.
this is, you guys. This is so lame.
We definitely didn't show this on the Supercard episode, which we should have. It's amazing how he says how dumb it is. He said this for Supercard. He said this for Champions. He knows how dumb it is, but you can't resist it. It's wild. It is wild.
So I tap, look, here's the extent of mobile gaming and where it can go. I'm about to show you, okay?
Yeah,
Just
go
look at
ahead.
this. Little cards. There's cards.
Oh, wait. What's his name? Is this where people got his name, too? Robert.
Darkside Phil says it right there.
Oh, no, Darkside Phil? Yeah, I mean, this is not like a new information because he was on the forums actively telling it. He would put on Twitter, too, guys. He was actively saying what he was doing. So the Kiwi Farms thread about Champions, though, didn't start until 2020. But that's when the Champions, because he did try to keep that on the down low. He did admit to playing it, but he didn't he wasn't admitting to being a whale of that game, but he was admitting to be a mini whale of Supercards, saying he spent hundreds. But that is
he was on the forums, and he was talking about how his pro strategy is basically spend money, wasn't it? So
if you want to win, you have to spend. Yeah, he did reviews on his own forums too. There you go, big ups, Frog Machine, big ups. There we go. So he was not scared to share at this point.
They come out on the screen, right? And then I tap an option. Okay, here's my option. And the little cards are dancing down to the ring. And look, it's cute. The cards are fighting. Oh, the cards are fighting.
Cute. The cards are fighting.
You don't have to play this, man.
30-something?
You don't have to play this. Yeah, Anthony's right. People on the forums made fun of him because of his. They made fun of him on the forums. He was getting clowned on. Not because his DSP, by the way, just because he was stupid about the game. It's amazing.
Cards are dancing down to the ring. And look, it's cute. The cards are fighting. Oh, the cards are fighting. Oh, it's so cute. And you see my point? The point that I was trying to make.
That was the same thing twice. We just did it in reverse order.
What's the point?
Back then. Is that mobile gaming, although it may be a viable... Look, oh, here come the cards. They're cute. They're walking down to the ring. They bounce around the road.
Why do we keep saying that? I don't like it. We're too specifically talking cute.
He spent... You could buy like 10 consoles with the amount of money he spent on this fucking game, but now we're going to belittle it and say it's stupid? Why?
Fight, look. Oh, they're charging up like Dragon Ball. And now they're going to... Look, come on. Oh, I'm charging...
Another game he spent money on, by the way.
Charging up. Oh, I'm charging up. Oh, and then they bounce off of each other. And you win the fight. See what I mean? That's mobile gaming.
Seems pretty stupid, right?
That's the extent of what you're going to get.
I'm convinced I should throw all of my money into that immediately. I'm actually geeked right now. That looked awesome.
That was a lot of fun.
A very simplified, really quick to digest, little feed here or there experiences. This game is nowhere near even on the level of any game that I would buy on a console or play on the PC seriously. This is a time waster, okay? If you're doing something else, like at night, maybe I'm watching a movie, I'm relaxing on the couch with Leanna, we're watching a show together.
This is the most fucked up thing you can do, guys. Just letting you know. Atlus, I'm assuming you know this as well. Sometimes you got to break out your phone, you know, you got to check something, whatever. But when you're watching a show with your girlfriend, seriously, do not do this, guys. It's a fucked up thing to do. They don't appreciate it, just letting you know. Atlus, any other added words on that? You know what I'm talking about.
No, I actually really don't like watching, like having the television on and playing on your phone. That just seems goofy. I don't know why you need it on if you're doing something on your phone.
Yeah.
So
if you're just sitting there doing, if you're just doing there's time and place. If you're just doing whatever on TV and no one's really watching it, that's different. I'm talking about, hey, let's do some time together. Want to check out this show? Cool. That's the time you don't do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the time you don't.
That's poor form.
Yeah.
Else, like
I also think it's really a bad idea to mindlessly do this time waster thing when you are spending money. It's kind of like watching TV with a bag of chips. Like you're going to be eating the chips just kind of passively, I think. And you're setting yourself up for failure.
Yes. Yes.
A movie, I'm relaxing on the couch with Leanna, we're watching a show together. I open this up and
that's my kick. That's my kick viewership. You found it. There's a black line there. Watch, I'm ready to go away here. Watch this. Use Fleshlight. Great name, though. Ready? Say bye to it. Bye. There it is.
I bash through it for a couple hours, right?
I'm going to miss that little black line.
It's not a significant artistic experience of anything. It's a card bouncing off the ropes, right? So...
Clip Curator says even if it's Gilmore Girls, it's worth it, boys. Hey, Gilmore Girls is good, though. So I don't know what that's insinuating. Gilmore Girls has a lot of content.
What that is.
Oh, it was worth watching. Let me tell you. Definitely worth watching. Clip Curator says, Happy Zombie Jesus Day. Big ups. That is always important. And did he say a couple of...
Right? It's a time waster. It's not a significant artistic experience of anything. It's a card bouncing off the ropes, right? So... This is, you know what I mean? Here you go. Tap it. Oh, look, they're fighting. Oh, they're fighting. Oh, Brock Lesnar. Oh,
Brock Lesnar.
Oh, and that's the game. Do you think that this holds up to anything that you would have that a real game developer, you know, put a significant amount of time into with plot, with characters, with music, with, you know what I mean? I don't even play this with the sound on. I just play it muted. And that's what I mean. That's mobile gaming. That's what most people do with mobile gaming. And so the point that I was making back then, not that mobile gaming is...
So he just admitted it's a time waster. It sucks. He does it when they're watching TV randomly for hours, by the way. And he's lying there already because he did admit to being very locked in and being a whale that wants to learn how to play this game well.
This doesn't hold a candle to any of the other games he could be playing, yet he's going to play more matches of this than anything else.
Yes.
And then when essentially the sequel comes out, he will also put more matches of that than anything else.
Yes.
So what are we talking about, man? We're literally just talking out our ass on this.
He would call that game stupid too, the worst of the bunch. Something about it you clearly like, man.
It's kind of it's bad.
And if you go with this narrative,
silly.
he's the stupidest person on the planet for wasting his entire fortune on shit that he doesn't even care about. Like, that's the narrative he wants you to believe.
Yeah.
Great.
If you're on drugs, at least you have a good time for a while. If you gamble, at least you have some exciting games and you can win money. If you're addicted to whores, at least you get to have sex for a while. A lot of better things to be addicted to. Not things you actively hate, according to him.
Kind of, it's bad, but it is silly. It's a time waster. It's something to not be taken seriously. Do you think I would ever play The Last of Us on my fucking mobile phone?
Someday.
Do you think The Last of Us
Resident
would even
Evil 4 remake on there, can't you? Wasn't that a thing?
Portrayed or experienced properly on a mobile phone? No. That's an experience. It's a cinematic experience. You want to see it on a widescreen TV with nice surround sound, where you can see the beautiful graphics. You get to hear all the dialogue, all the voice acting, all the incredible stuff that happened during the course of the game. That's not this. Oh, I won some cards. Look, what card did I get? It's not working.
Whoa! What do we get? Who knows what that is? Is that a good pull? The slideshow has started. Who is that?
Oh, I got Damien Sandow as a
Damien! I gotta get this on a card now, though. Unfortunately, it's too good. Damien, hell yeah!
That was a card. Oh, that was the point I was making.
You're pretending you don't do this, though, Philip.
The thing is,
You
this
do it,
stuff
though.
Give it a few
is big
years, he will
business.
literally
This
do
right here-
exactly that unironically
Yes.
for the stream.
Yes.
tapping, and then, oh, I can't progress. I got to spend some money to progress, and people put their money in. It's big fucking business. It's huge. It's addicting. I completely understand. Tonight there's an event in this game.
Wait, I thought it was stupid. How is it addicting? Huh?
He's gonna talk about the event. He's gonna talk about the event.
It's huge. It's addicting. I completely understand. Tonight there's an event in this game that I'm going to be playing. It's a new event. Just started tonight.
that I'm gonna be playing.
The People's Champion event. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Special stuff. I'm going to be doing it because I think it's cool. It's fun. It's
Oh my god!
Think it's cool?
Oh
It's
my
fun.
God.
He just told you how shit
my
it
God.
was. He told you how dumb and stupid and a big a waste of time it was, and how it didn't hold a candle to anything. But it's
Oh my
stupid fun.
God.
And he's addicted. He can't stop.
The same conversation. We talked about how
Literally
it
back
sucks,
to back, dude.
and now we're doing it later. Oh my god! This is incredible. This game fucking sucks. It's dumb. Look at this. And then 10 minutes later, the stupid event later, I'm gonna be doing it. It's cool. What?
John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. Special stuff. I'm going to be doing it because I think it's cool. It's fun.
I think it's cool. I mean, how can I not do it, dumb
Right.
fucks? It's
This guy's been
cool.
so lost for so long. I genuinely forget how addled his brain is.
Oh my god, it's cool. How can you not do it? It's cool. Like, he's talking himself into it now. It started with how shit it is, and then it came around to, it's cool, man. It's a fucking event. Lesnar versus Hogan. Are you kidding me?
It's a time waster. Yeah. I'll be
He's playing right now.
Yeah,
He can't stop playing. He can't
I'm
stop
literally
playing.
wasting my time on the planet. I only have a limited amount of time. You guys know that people die, right? But I don't give a fuck because this is cool.
He can't stop playing
doing
right
it
now.
because I think it's cool. It's fun.
What?
It's a time
Hey, guy.
waster.
Ooh,
yeah.
let me see.
I'll
Hold
be
on.
doing other stuff while I play. I'm not just going to be sitting there playing it. I'll be watching shows or doing something else as I do it.
So it's like a passive money waster. Usually you've
I
heard of
love
passive income.
passively wasting money.
That's pretty cool. Like, passive income is great. One thing that's even better than passive income is passive income losing. That's pretty cool. So while you're doing other things, you can lose money. Now that's
Yeah, I
pretty
like
cool.
passive expenses. That's really
passive expenses. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But this isn't the same experience as just
Passive outcome. That's the best one. Yeah, passive.
I was trying to
outcome.
avoid that one.
Pretty cool.
sitting down and enjoying something in your home on a console or on a PC. It's not an immersive experience. That was the point I was making. It's gaming, but it's a different kind of gaming. It's more of the instant digestion. Boom, 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 and then it's over. Right
Would
now,
you
I
say
can put this phone
instant gratification?
Well, I know something else that does the do-do-do-do, then it's done. But what is this? Hold on.
the instant digestion. Boom, 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 and then it's over. Right now, I can put this phone down, and I didn't miss anything. I didn't miss out. You know what I mean? It's who cares? And that's the point. When you're playing The Last of Us, you're engrossed. Oh, what's going to happen with the characters? What's going to happen with this? This is like anytime. I don't care. Turn the fucking phone off. And I don't care about it anymore. And I put it over here.
Right.
It's just so.
But
That's such a weird relationship to have with the things that you spend money on, where you literally will put them down. I don't give a fuck about them anymore. Huh? What? I don't even know.
But the event's at 7 o'clock. I will definitely be there for the event, though. But I can put this phone down whenever the fuck I want. I don't give a shit. The event's at 7 p.m. I'll be there, though.
Something to kill time. And that's kind
cool
of the
and
point
fun.
Yeah.
that I was making. And some people will say that I'm a hypocrite because I play those games. No. Just like I just said, that's not artistic gaming. That's not big picture, next gen gaming. That's little kiddie shit to kill time to make money. And that's really what it is. And so many people are addicted
Little
to it. And they're
kiddie
dumping
shit?
hundreds and
I don't
hundreds of
think
dollars
kids are
in these
supposed
games.
to be
And
playing
it's like,
that.
That little kitty shit. I mean, I know kids play, but that's not where the fucking whales are. That's not who's playing
this
the money
is the
on
same
it.
guy that was making sexual innuendo and talking about motorboating women for his child audience or whatever. So I think DSP's got a skewed mind of how demographics work.
You say motorboat, I'll raise you. Quick, take your shirt off while she's still passed out. That's for the real funny. That's for the kids.
I would prefer if you didn't.
Okay, that's what the kids. That the kids find those jokes the funniest. That's when they give you a better.
Well, the
example.
kids are fucking
like-
sickos.
Okay, well, I was just telling you the jokes that Philip said. That's all I'm saying.
really, like that is how you're spending your money. Instead of spending it on these great amazing games that people are making and groundbreaking and really changing it the art form, or changing the games into an art form, you're spending $400 on a card game where you tap like this. That was the point I was trying to make years ago. So understand, it still holds true. Look at the games that I'm playing. If anything, they've proven my point. That's the crap that's out there right now. All right, everyone.
That's the crap that's out there. He again finishes with how it's shitty again, though. We got to, the game sucks. It's cool. There's an event. I'm doing it. And then we finish with, look, this is the game that's out there at this point. I mean, that's it.
Look. You break the facade. You quell the smoke and mirrors and tell, like, right, you break them in easy. You tell the truth. I think it's cool. I think it's fun. I'm going to waste my life doing this. And then you throw the smoke and mirrors back up for anybody that didn't pay attention. It's a classic strategy, LT. You got to keep up.
Amazing. That was an amazing segment.
He's a mastermind.
Way better than I even thought it would be. Thank God we got there. Big ups, everybody, for sitting through this one. Someone in chat is saying, Philip is now in chat. He said, good evening, all. And someone says, what's your OnlyFans?
God we have that.
That was a joke, by the way. But Clyde Baxter says, why do we have 5-second slow-mo when chat barely moves anyway? It might be time to turn it off. Bud's Bunny laughs. That's the last chat. We'll see how long that lasts.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back, and we're going to have the final part of Ask the King. I've got a page and a half of questions left, but some of these are quicker questions that I think we'll get through. So again, if you're watching on YouTube, feel free to just jump right to part 3. If you're watching this on Twitch, I'm going to be taking a short break, commercial break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere. We got the final set of questions coming right up. I'll be right back.
Wait. Be right back. Great. Big ups Talby, who says DSP literally slicked his hair back to look like CM Punk. He has a huge punk mark. You think that's why he slicked the hair back? I don't know. Is that confirmed?
I would be interested if anybody could pull evidence of that being the reason. Where's the audio clip of that?
I know he likes CM Punk. I know that's canon. But I don't know about the actual. That's why he did it. That'd be pretty funny if that's true. It's 100% true. Did he say that? I'll gotta search for it. No, I'll search for it in the Pig Go style thing, and let's see if I can find it. Some Gator said, big ups ALT and Atlas. Phil has little to no filter to what content he brings to the masses. What is a noteworthy thing on your cutting room floor? Ooh. Any big ideas you've had, Atlas, for a video, and then you try to make it and you say, fuck it?
Well, I started a This Is How You Don't Play one time, and about 2 hours in, I realized that that's grueling work meant for insane people, and I don't have the talent nor the gumption for it. So absolutely, leave that bitch there.
I have done that
it's
myself
not worth
as
it,
well.
Folks.
And the problem is, why I can't edit videos in general is I know there's a big laziness factor there for sure. But I do spend time on other things that's not. But when I make a video, mind cannot stop trying to put more memes into it. So that's why I have to make it like a 5-minute video, or I go so insane trying to fit as many jokes as you can until there's too many. It's just too much. And you can't do it. And it stops me from making videos because I can't let anything just go. I all right, we gotta have a joke. It's not good. It's not for me. That's why I leave it to the professionals, right? The professionals out there can do it much better.
All of the other people who make content can make content.
Yes,
real.
Yes. It's not good. It's not fun. It's not good. That's not for me. Streaming's better for me, in my style. Wandering Monk says, I want some of that, supercard style fun. Who wouldn't? Yeah, Ludwig is a great editor. That's why he's making my music video for King of the Ring this year. Should be very hype. But we're getting closer. We're getting a lot of submissions. Should be a lot of fun. Got a lot of fun. Clip Curator says, Gooner of Gilmore Girls confirmed. No, I was not. I was enjoying it for the storylines. I wasn't even that interested in that.
I thought that show was for like moms and like teenage girls.
Well, it's some say. Oh, here we go. I can't explain that any further.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to
all right.
Got out of that question.
What can we do? Nothing we can do.
Got out of that question pretty easy. Let's go.
Disco Elysium, my weekly session of this game. I think this is session number 6.
I sent Phil a text real quick. Start the show real quick.
I started playing this game.
Start the show. He's asking about Gilmore Girls.
About a month ago, maybe even a little over a month ago.
Start the show.
How is everyone tonight? I hope that you're doing well. Happy Easter to those who celebrate. Happy 420 day to those who smoke. Happy Sunday to everybody else. And welcome to the show.
You know,
How you
there's
guys
a third
doing? How
thing
you guys doing
DSP's not
tonight?
shouting out. Very strange you would leave that off. Weird.
Yeah, that's right. I'm recovering from the invisible creepers earlier that completely screwed up my Minecraft run. Yeah, I didn't play Minecraft for 5 years. I come back. It does feel different. It
Yeah,
legit feels like a different game. Whatever they did.
No, it doesn't.
Those cave updates.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say the cave updates. The first day he was playing the game. He was like, whoa, these caves are so different. Like, yes, brother, there was a Caves and Cliffs update that came out that revamped the entire cave system. I thought you would have heard about that in the past 5 fucking years, but I guess not.
I don't know. I played with my son like last week for the first time in years myself, and it still feels pretty much like Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? But all right, we could keep bitching about it, I guess, Philip. Oh, see, here's the croissant. Now look, remember the croissant moves reel?
I'm seeing it.
I'm seeing it now, honestly.
Yeah, it's got a crescent shape.
Well, I don't want to give him credit, so I'll stop. But Review Tech USA has a video out with that same title.
Oh.
Is that Review Tech? Oh, yes, it is. Review Tech Clips. So it's called Rich Tomorrow. Dark Side Phil's Croissant Moves. That's from last year. So that's where the joke is from, I guess. So it instantly gets less funny then. So moving on.
I'm not laughing at that anymore. Very
God
cool.
damn
Thanks
it.
for that,
Here we
everybody.
go. Not funny anymore.
Entirely. It didn't used to be like that at all. So it does feel like a different game.
God
and
damn
it's
it.
tougher, quite frankly. Going in there with full armor
Minecraft is
and getting killed by
tougher.
enemies spawning behind me constantly
Okay.
coming out in the stream is pretty
Idiot.
frustrating. I'm not going to lie.
He got frustrated at Minecraft. God damn you, Natch.
So I hope you guys had a good
Actual
break. I hope that
child's
you're back
game,
tonight
by the
to chill
way.
with me in Disco Elysium. It should be fun. Although every time we play this, it becomes kind of random, right? We don't know what we're gonna do. We don't know what we're gonna see.
Yeah,
Last week we finally got the body hanging down from the tree. It took freaking forever. But we finally investigated the body and got that done.
It doesn't seem like it's for you anymore, man.
I have no clue what we're doing tonight.
That's how
it is with this game.
About
Like
this game. People I know absolutely adore it, but DSP never seems to be having fun when I see him play it, and I'm definitely not interested.
No.
Literally have no idea what you're doing every time you play it. You stumble upon more random stuff and crazy things going on. So I guess we'll see where the night takes us tonight.
To never know what you're doing.
Yes. Not care that little about it. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just here. I mean, I'm just experiencing this. Any tips? Any questions?
Good evening, Itzy. How are you?
What up, Itzy?
King Michael over on Kick asks, how was dinner? Pretty good. It was homemade chicken burrito bowls. If that
Did you
makes
make that up yourself? What? What?
Homemade.
Homemade.
Chicken burrito bowls. If that makes sense. What my wife did is she took white meat chicken.
Uh-huh.
2 legs of rabbit. Oh.
Okay. And
4 wings of bird.
And she cooked it herself.
Yeah.
In a skillet.
No, she cooked. Whoa, hold on. She cooked it? Holy shit.
The chicken? Huh?
Hold on a second.
Chicken.
She should be a professional.
Okay. And she cooked it herself.
Yeah.
In a skillet with all kinds
a skillet. Oh my
of
God.
seasonings. Then we took
all kinds of
seasoned
seasonings.
cilantro lime rice.
Ooh.
We added black beans.
Couldn't season the
sweet
rice.
corn, pico de gallo, the chicken, something else I can't remember. And then we put a bunch of sauce on it. We had these different sauces that we had bought. And you just mix it all up.
All right, chug that
And it
thing
ended up
out.
being very tasty,
brother
very
could have just
delicious.
said he made burritos without the tortillas, which is what a burrito bowl is, by the way. I don't know why we need to pig-splain that, but
It's
sure.
like the most complicated dish of all time is what he's saying. In the end, he just put rice and some chicken and other stuff in it. That's what happened there. But it's the most complicated dish ever for DSP.
It's similar
You
to
need
say
the
like one of
fucking
these
15 bullet point rundown, obviously.
bowls you would get at one of these like fast serve Mexican restaurant style
Fast
places.
serve
It was
Mexican.
quite good.
serve,
Uh-huh.
obviously.
So it
Don't
was
you
a good
hate
dinner.
fast
I loved it.
serve Mexicans? I do hate that. Ikiro says, how does it feel to be held hostage here by the only dent that donates, trapped just like DSP? I know. We are trapped. This is the whole point of this game, this night, is that we are trapped by it like DSP. Exactly.
It's a fun endure segment.
Yes. I forget how he came up with it. It was very random.
It was definitely your
happened.
idea. I wouldn't have recommended this sick shit, but I am here for the ride.
But then it just happened, and then we kind of stuck with it. So there we go.
John Flickinger It says just like Chipotle burrito bowls. I've never had a Chipotle burrito bowl.
Ooh, now
so
what?
I can't answer that.
Oh,
But-
the question. Oh my God, the person that asked that question, his name is John Flickinger Beautiful Muscula. So I'm guessing that's a John Rambo reference, but all right.
Maybe. Maybe you would think it's similar. Probably not the exact same ingredients, but probably similar premise. Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Exact same.
Yours is way
premise.
healthier.
All right.
Big up Sekiro, by the way. Thank you, Sekiro.
The shirt does not fit snug. The shirt is very loose. Look, the shirt is incredibly loose. It's just that people are ridiculously stupid on the internet and seem to think that this is a skin tight shirt. It's not. It's all,
No,
you know.
it's the way
the
it
shirt.
hangs does hang against your fucking skin, you mong. What are this guy thinks that people don't understand how clothes work. Other people have never worn a fucking sweater in their life, apparently. They don't get it.
It's the croissants. God damn it.
Shirt itself
He's so self-conscious about the croissants.
being a loose shirt, but people are dumb. They think that like I'm a giant globulous person in the shirt.
Yeah.
I'm not.
So why don't you just not wear it if it affects you this much, man?
You want to see?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, pull your tits out.
Yeah, look at this. Want to see? Look
this
at that.
proves
Now what?
fucking nothing.
Now what, trolls? Now what? Now what are you going to say? Yeah, Frawny, what are you going to do now? Make these bake videos? Now what? You see
And
this?
nobody is saying he's fat. They're saying he looks atrophied, that he's losing muscle mass and his skin is sagging and disgusting because he's a fucking old freak. Nobody's saying he's bulbous and overweight or lugubrious or whatever the fuck.
I like the arms behind the body. That's extra. That's a power
That's
stance.
the perfect way to tell.
This is the power stance. Many animals use this power stance to show dominance. Now what? Turn around, please, sir. Thank you.
In the shirt. I'm not.
All right, sir.
You
Yep.
wanna
Stand
see?
up next to the line. Thank you. Yep. Stand up to the line. Yep. Stay still for a moment.
That's me in the shirt.
Could you flip it? Could you go around the other way, please? Thank you.
DSP getting his fucking mugshot taken.
Yeah. All right. Now you can take a seat. Thank you. Transmission says, yo, these moves. Big ups. Big ups, tricorder.
That's me in the shirt. You know, normal. But people like to
Normal.
make shit up because they're weirdos.
Yeah. I'm normal.
True.
I like you. Dumb fuck.
Oh, we got some support coming in already. Let's get some shout outs going. Our first sub of the night came in from No Kino Entry.
Hello.
FYI, today being the first week of a new streaming week, the leaderboards have reset. We only got 2 gifted subs earlier today. So
What?
tonight, if you gift a sub, you'll get up on that leaderboard for the week for sure.
All right.
Thank you, No Kino Entry.
Very,
First
very
sub of the night.
sought after position on the leaderboard.
Uh-huh.
Crazy.
They reset, man. Do you know that? They reset.
I mean, of course. How could I count down the
Appreciate that.
timer? Obviously, I set it as soon as it resets. I show up instantly.
And first tip of the night just came in. $5 tip.
From Flatman B, who said we live in a snow
Not
globe.
count.
Oh, my speaker.
What advice would you give to a guy like me? I'm a nerdy guy in my 20s studying engineering. I have social anxiety. Never had a relationship. I spend most of my time on my computer or phone. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist.
Okay. Thanks for the money, though.
Sorry, I'm not.
That's a dumbass LARPer, though, by the way.
When I was in my 20s, I was yes, a guy online who was trolling and doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
But I
I,
was
was
also-
Follow the guy steps. Just
I
hit
did-
on your fans online.
I did a bit of trolling like everyone else.
A very outgoing guy. I was constantly going out and hanging out with my friends, going into Street Fighter tournaments, being social in that regard.
Not really with friends, though. That's a little bit different.
I didn't
but-
just sit at home all day on the internet. I honestly don't
Oh.
really know what that's like, just to sit all day on the internet.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Kind of by your
Could you ask about the thousands and thousands of posts you have in SRK and the hours spent on the Alphism radio when you were supposed to have these friends? I'm wondering about those times. but
yourself.
okay.
You know, today my job entails.
What about all that time he
that I-
spent blacked out drunk by himself in his apartment way early in the morning?
Interesting. I wonder what those times were. Who were the friends then?
I
But okay.
stream all day on the internet, but this is very different. We have a social interaction where we're constantly talking and all of that.
That's social.
Oh.
Behind the scenes, I have a life. You know, my wife and I spend all of our rest of our time together.
Well,
So I really can't answer you.
okay. Still
I'm
dumb to
probably
tip.
not a qualified person to answer that question either.
Okay. Right.
He's definitely not qualified because he doesn't know what living in real life is like. He has no advice for anybody who has to go outside to meet people ever. So,
do you have to leave your house? I'm not the right person to talk about anything about that. Okay, guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay.
Do I ever wear sunglasses during the summer? Yes. I have sunglasses in my car, so if I'm driving and I need them, I put them on so that I can see with the sun. I also have the aviators that I bought last fall, but I've barely worn them.
Oh, please.
No fucking, no way we have to get up and go goddamn grab
Let me show you.
Oh my God.
Hang on. I'll show you. Hang on. You
this
guys
is
want to see
easily
this?
some of the worst content.
Whoa, look at 76 people on YouTube. We're popping off, man.
Ray-Bans.
Holy shit, 76.
I bought them because we were going to play Flight Simulator. And I felt wearing those during Flight Simulator would look really cool because they're actual
I forgot he paid for real fucking
Ray-Ban.
aviator Ray-Bans.
Yeah,
for fucking Flight Simulator. That's so stupid.
They were
my
from
God.
Costco. Yeah, these are Costco specials, dude. Come on. You don't fuck around. You know, he knows what he's doing here. Come on.
And they're very nice. They're expensive, but they also look very good. They work very well.
They work very well.
I can put them on it.
You know, Dollar Tree sunglasses work too, you know, for being a meme.
Actually do content. Like they don't, unlike the other ones that I was wearing, playing Flight Simulator, you know, years ago, these actually are real ones. They're not fake, so they don't actually screw my vision up. I can actually see perfectly through them, but they also block UV rays. So...
Yeah, which is very important inside the house.
So I like these. I just never bring these in my car for some reason. I have another older pair in my car that I drive with.
God, he looks so stupid in those two.
Very clutch to have those UV blocking Ray-Bans in your streaming room.
$100+ fucking sunglasses never leaves the house for actual use.
Officer
just
Phil,
for
if
the
you say
lights
so.
in the office.
I look like a police sketch of a wanted person. Well, there you go. Wanted by who? The police?
No. Oh,
well,
God.
It's definitely not.
Any shows
bitches,
I'm following
that's
lately?
for
No,
sure.
I told you.
Uh-huh. We're getting close to reaching 150 viewers cumulative. That'll be good. We'll get there.
Casually watching One
start.
Piece.
Maybe.
On Netflix.
What?
Well, lately, no, I told you I've been casually watching One Piece on Netflix.
As opposed to competitively watching One Piece, which I know some of you guys do. You're in the ranked matches. I see you getting your grind on.
Chew does not approve. That does not count for One Piece. He just said the name of the show, guys. That doesn't count. It's got to be organic. Iwamoto says a tight-knit friendship based on amount of money. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's how you know about real friends.
Outside of that, you know, at least 2 days a week, I end up watching pro wrestling. So I don't really have a ton of free time.
Why does that sound like a negative, DSP? That should be fun. That should be interesting. You should have passion for it.
Everyone's pissed the goalposts are moving. I don't care. Sunday nights, my rules.
Yes. What else, guys? Any questions?
I don't
By the way,
involve
tonight...
myself and when you scam the audience. I just for the record, Atlus has no control over you getting scammed.
He does. Atlus tells me to be harsher on you guys. We have DMs. One day I'm going to leak them. They're all very intense.
It would be great if you could support the stream.
Yeah, come on.
FYI, as I'm playing Disco Elysium, we have actually had outstanding support. Every single
because one person gives over $100 every time. That's going to happen again tonight. I guarantee.
Time I played this game for the last 5 streams, we've hit the
really
goals,
should just hope that it happens early so we can all go home.
Yes, we need
any
one
viewers.
person.
Like I guarantee you, right now we barely have any viewers.
Yeah, check it out. This will be very fun.
There's nobody.
We don't even have 100 viewers on YouTube as of yet. And we only have 40 viewers on Kick. This is not shocking to me in any way, shape, or form. This game just does not bring out viewership. Probably because it's over 5 years old. Probably because I'm so late to the game with it. And quite frankly, because it is so dialogue heavy.
Yeah.
That I think it bores a lot of people who look more for action games on my streams. But it's definitely very different from everything else that I've been playing.
His
That's why I really enjoy
opinions on the game. They should be different enough that people would watch, but it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. I'm being nitpicky, being a hater and a troll.
It's okay. Don't stop trolling.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see if tonight we hit the goal or not. I am playing it once a week only because I don't feel like, number one, we would get support for it if I played it more than once a week.
Because it's one guy.
And number two, I don't think that it makes sense for me to be doing multiple streams of this game when it has such low interest and engagement. You know what I'm saying?
It's one guy. pays for it. So hopefully he's there. Everyone's saying it on Kick, by the way, saying it brings out that guy, though. It's okay. One supporter provides enough positivity to keep playing it. Viewership doesn't matter.
I absolutely will get my hormones
I
tested
love
at the
the
doctor.
passive-aggressive nature of the Kit Chat sometimes.
Yeah.
For me is that I'm 43 years old. I'm just running out of hormones. You know?
What? No, it's testing.
What?
Of course. As you can see, everything's just falling apart here. Things are not going very well for me.
All right, so he's getting, he got baited by that question, but okay.
Yeah. Admitted to low T, though. Congratulations, idiot.
Cool.
You're about to try Atomic Heart. We'll enjoy the
Bro, nice shelf, though. Check out the shelf. Look at that. Look at that moob right there. Look at that croissant.
intro, which is the best
Oh,
part
I thought
of the
you
game.
were
in my
talking
opinion.
about this literal children's
No.
table he's got going back there with the Minecraft Legos and the McDonald's fucking children's toys and the plastic Amazon crown.
Those are great,
thought
too.
the
I was talking about the pets.
Intro was outstanding, and then when the regular game started,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at that.
I was so bored. I stopped playing it. When can I order Dairy Queen again? I mean, whenever I so choose. It's just that Dairy Queen isn't that good.
I can order Dairy Queen
doesn't
whenever I feel like
usually
it.
have
Bitch.
anything
I'm a
new
baller. That's
on their
true
menu
freedom.
at all. Like,
Yeah.
like the whole idea of me doing
What a
DSP
Dairy
tries
Queen
is
whenever
usually it's a
you
place I've
want.
never done before.
Yeah. I'm
Or a
free,
place
bitch.
that has some new stuff
Do
on the
whatever I
menu.
want.
Dairy Queen, I did years ago. I think I did them
got enough
twice, if I
points
remember
for a
correctly. Two different kinds of
four-piece
burgers.
chicken
And like I
strip
did like a
basket.
chili dog or whatever.
Ooh, now what?
And they don't have anything else.
Trolls.
They're just the same
I can go
all the
whenever I
time.
want.
You know? And quite frankly,
Oh, please.
ordering ice cream is a bad idea. I'm not even kidding you. All the ice cream I've ever ordered always ends up melted or wrong.
Because you get ice cream on DoorDash.
DoorDash, yes, sir.
Which has
Yes,
to be one of the
sir.
most dented ways to order anything on Earth. DoorDashing ice cream.
If I order from Wendy's, it's melted to hell by the time it gets here, even though Wendy's is a block away.
Yeah.
I've ordered from Dairy Queen before and either got the wrong thing or half melted.
You know how ice works?
We actually tried
bring
to
a
order
fucking
from
cooler. Like, if you want it done right, you want to do it on the show, take a goddamn cooler.
Yes.
Just bring it
Baskin
back.
Robbins. My wife wants a banana split, right? And
Get this bitch. She wants a banana split, right, guys?
Oh my God, women
bitches-
can't live with them. They'll
Bitches
ask for
be
fucking
dumb,
banana
right?
splits.
we actually tried to order from Baskin Robbins. My wife wants a banana split, right?
Let's make fun of her.
Yeah,
And when you bought it, for
Dumbass.
some reason, it said it came with like a free scoop or something like that. Oh, okay. So she ordered a banana split, and it came with like a free 2 scoops of ice cream. It arrived, and she opens it. Everything they gave us was completely wrong. It ended up being like some kind of weird ice cream with cherries in it. No bananas, no splits.
What's a
The
split?
other ice cream was also
have
the
no
wrong
fucking
flavors.
clue.
I was like, we're looking at like, what the hell?
So they
Like-
legitimately do DoorDash banana splits.
Well, forget this. So
Yeah,
we
they
don't
did. They
usually don't
actually
eat ice
tried to
cream.
straight up DoorDash.
Banana
Jesus
split.
Christ, man.
DoorDashing banana splits.
If you
Unless we buy
can't
the
leave
store
your house for your fucking your vice of dessert, your
Yeah.
banana split, you need it. I'm gonna be honest with you. Have a little more self-control. Go and work for it. That is driving down the road, please.
Yeah, I think having DoorDash be a hurdle to getting unmelted cream, I think, is a positive for humanity as a whole, right? I mean, just, if that means less people buy ice cream because it's going to be melted by the time you get there, I mean, I think it's a positive. But most people are smart enough not to try it. But okay, we got
Raw
someone
stuff,
that does.
You know? And you scoop it yourself and all that, put toppings on it.
Yeah,
It's just
ever
not
thought
worth
of it? Oh, not worth it,
One time, I think last year, we actually tried to order Cold Stone.
dude.
the funny-
What else is there? Dairy Queen, Cold Stone, Burger King.
Baskin Robbins, literally all of them.
else?
Wendy's, every ice cream has melted. As if it was gonna change.
Yeah, let's try it one more time. Hang on, let me try one more time, okay? Let's try Cold Stone this time, honey. It's gonna work out. What do you
Funny
think?
part about Cold Stone, they claim that they blast it with their what do they call it? The
Their extra cold technology. It's crazy. They blast it. They said they put it through extra cold scans. That makes it extra cold.
They actually have Thermtech. Think Uniqlo, but for ice cream.
Thermtech. They put it through their thermal technology, dude.
Dry ice or whatever. They freeze blast it for you. So that way when it comes to rise, it's good. No, it's still completely melted.
What?
Completely like liquid. Like, I'm not eating this.
Oh my god, dude. He's just admitting this straight up. Like, he thinks this is like an own. Oh, someone said, I thought George Michael was dead, and they redeemed it as the highlighted message on Kick. That's disrespectful to George Michael, though.
Oh, let's see.
He takes care of
I did the saxophone, yeah.
He takes care of his appearance, though, I feel. Still, even at his advanced age. Look, yeah, this is disrespectful to George Michael. He's got way more put together than him. Indeed, look at this gentleman. Come on, you don't fuck with this. This guy looks like a fucking boss right now.
Did I highlight a message? I thought George Michael was dead. Oh no, he's very alive, and he's here tonight to play Disco Elysium with all of you.
Right. Philip wishes he was as in shape as George Michael is.
Like him. No, I'm never going back to Twitch ever. There's no reason for me to ever go back to Twitch TV. It's a horrible place to stream.
We'll see.
I'd be a complete moron to stream there. Like, literally on Twitch, it's the absolute least paying place to stream on the internet. Every other service pays you more to stream, and their moderation is atrociously bad, where if someone just mass reports you for something you didn't do, they actually grant it like you did, and then you get in trouble even though you didn't do anything.
DSP to full stream on Kick.
Yes.
I want the full send. I don't really give a shit how he gets there. I don't want it to be by nefarious means, but like that's what I do want to see.
He will go back to Kick once he has no other options, but he will.
So I'm not wasting any time on Twitch ever again. They are a complete garbage fire. Waste of time.
Yes, definitely.
I received a $2 tip.
Sure, this is a troll.
From John Lickinger. Aging sucks.
You think DSP would go to Hollow Live before he goes to back to Twitch?
He'll do Kick. He'll do Twitch. No.
From John Lickinger. Aging sucks. It's comforting to know the new generation grows up with ChatGPT and smartphones and global competition and will wipe the floor with us like a 70s basketball player facing an NBA player in 2025.
What?
No, I don't think so.
What?
Oh,
the average person's incredibly stupid now.
Okay.
Okay.
Like the whole
from the
point
guy
is
that's crazy.
That if you need to have all these assistant things to do your job, then you're not doing your job. The whole idea is you hire someone, they know what they're doing, and they can do the job without 400 crutches, right?
That's why nobody would hire DSP, and he said as much. So
I think that would be ideally what you would look for in a hiring candidate, right? Or I mean, you tell me how anyone's going to emulate what I do. You tell me how someone could be in the life position that I am on the internet, and someone could replace Darkside Phil. I don't think so.
No one needs it though.
I don't think so.
Okay, the life position thing is the thing that you don't have to do that part in order to emulate what DSP does content-wise. Actual children, like underage 16-year-olds, make better streaming content and video-edited content than the guy. It's actually factually based.
No one needs to worry about making sure someone can pick up this this position on the internet, right? But, all right, got him. Loving the moves, though. That is something you can't emulate. To get that curvature. You can't
emulate that, though. No, sir.
The curvature is very difficult. Mr. Matt says
the look cease and desist for emulating.
No, Dean, you don't seem to understand what I'm saying. He says, but co-streaming to Twitch also is easy, and you're leaving money on the table. First of all, that's not true, because I'm streaming to YouTube and to Kick and recording locally. If I did a fourth, it wouldn't work. Already my GPU is up to like 60, 70%. It couldn't handle a fourth stream. That's number one. Number two, Twitch, I'm not going to get any additional
Also, the idea of replacing DSP, there's so much like footage of him out there and so much audio. Oh, you could create AI DSP to play indefinitely.
Ludwig's
you don't need him anymore. He's actually 100% replaceable by his own doing.
Yes.
Twitch, you get that, right? Like Twitch, I'm not going to get any additional new viewers on Twitch. You get that, right? Like my viewership is already split. When I started co-streaming on YouTube and Kick, my YouTube viewership went down. See?
Yeah.
I didn't gain a ton of additional viewers streaming on Kick. It just split the audience, right?
And you got a lot more LARPers on Kick because they can say whatever the fuck they want.
So, yeah, I'm not going to get additional.
That is where his Kick viewership is growing from, is literally just LARPing.
because it's fun to LARP now. You could say, you know, sneak disc constantly. That's all people ever do. And my favorite one now is when people do the highlighted message and say like, thanks, King, enjoy the points when they're doing the highlighted message. Felt generous, enjoy the points, King. That's the best. That's the fucking best.
Or YouTube and go watch me on Twitch so that I make less because you make less money streaming on Twitch. Get it? Why would I do that? I'd be an idiot.
Idiot.
Moral support bombs are funny too. Yeah.
All right, let me go put my
I'm gonna drop so much moral support tonight. It's gonna be insane.
sunglasses back.
I love that.
He really did go and grab those sunglasses specifically because
Yes.
somebody had asked about them. Now we're going to
Yes.
put them back. Wasn't that a worthwhile segment, you guys?
Yeah.
Aren't you glad he walked off screen and left you with silence?
We're
for
doing
that?
whatever it takes to get 200 viewers. You know that. Big ups
I
the dude.
know.
Says he definitely is a hermit. Yeah, when you're door dashing ice cream, I mean, come on, multiple times, not even just once, and learn from it. It's like let's
Every
try again.
location that sells ice cream, he tried to DoorDash
Let's
fucking
try
from.
again.
That's crazy.
Oh, honey, you want a banana split? We'll do that. Hang on. Let me try this one. Shit, it happened again. Let's try Cold Stone. Shit. It just keeps happening. One day they'll get it right. We'll try again. Shoutouts to Pasta Maker. Says average person is stupid nowadays. They use these stupid crutches called wheels to get places and do things. Honestly.
That is really stupid. Back in the
my
day.
Yeah, listen,
Back in 2010, I worked at a
Call it-
helicopter company.
calling the average person stupid while door dashing ice cream is very funny, isn't it? As you're complaining about door dashed ice cream.
Okay.
All right, yeah, please.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah.
Slide
yeah,
says on
please.
Twitch you would never go below 300 viewers. I know.
Yeah.
Right now,
Yeah.
it depends on the game I play. On average, on
It's always
YouTube,
the
I get
game's
between
fault.
200, 300 viewers roughly, sometimes above
yeah.
300 if it's a popular game. And on Kick, I get between, say, 40 minimum up to like 100 viewers, again, depending on what game I'm playing. So if you add it all together, it's around 300, 400 viewers, okay? But it fluctuates. Like tonight, I would be shocked if we reach 200 viewers total. Like we have 100 on YouTube.
That's pretty cool. 3
And we have
digits.
60 on Kick. Like I said, this game does not bring in a lot of viewership whatsoever. It really doesn't. This by far, Disco Elysium is my least viewed playthrough I've ever done. I just don't think
gonna keep
a lot of
doing
people
it.
like the game. But those that do like it really enjoy watching me play it and do support it. So
There's
it
one guy that supports it.
ends up working out.
Please keep in mind
Okay.
that this game is actually less successful than Baldur's Gate 3 was. But remember, Baldur's Gate 3 ruined the channel and essentially put him into a never-ending hell, right?
Yes,
Until
that
the
is
Kino
true.
arc.
That is true. That ruined the whole channel. But he was getting money, so he kept doing it.
So let's go ahead and get everything ready here.
All right, start
'Cause
the
we're
game,
about to
please.
start.
Yes, please. Start the game for any tips. We have a better chance to leave.
It's true.
Start the game with no tips, please. Jordan Fadeaway says LARPers should use their point messages and Kick to spoil WrestleMania for the Pig Roach. I mean, that's always a fine idea, but I wonder if he would care or he'd pretend not to care. Like, I don't even
Remember.
care. I wonder.
That was the wrong. Dang it.
He did get pissed back in the day, though.
Oh, that's the wrong one.
And he didn't even care about wrestling, or so he claimed.
People spoiling WrestleMania. I said no spoilers.
Okay.
Oh, Triple P uploaded
Now we
his
got the
WrestleMania
reference.
review. He doesn't care about wrestling. He's a dumb fuck. Remember? He doesn't really actually care about wrestling.
Yeah, and
we
I'm sure
are.
that's going to be far more informative than any slop DSP is going to put out about it.
Yeah.
So
Good evening, everyone. Already got the chair cover on. We're pretty much ready to start.
Already
I
protected,
already got
guys.
the chair cover
By
on.
the way,
Don't worry.
I've already played over 10 hours of this and just found out that there's a streamer mode so that the videos will stop getting audio issues on YouTube. Because what's happened is
Oh my
every time I play
God.
this game,
Good job, King. Good job checking that before you started the playthrough.
videos get claimed for
I
music.
was just
and then
about
we
to
have
say that
try to
just
clean
means
the
this
music
guy's done
up so we-
multiple sessions and never checked the options in the
Yep.
fucking game. That's so wild.
Cool.
people can watch them. And then we do that, the audio gets destroyed on the videos. It sounds like really awful distortion.
Because you choose to mute the audio instead of just letting you not get the ad revenue, which is going to be at most 10 cents, 20 cents. So
On a video
yeah.
that he already hit the goal on, don't mind you. He's
Yes.
already made the money he wanted.
So he's just choosing to make the audio fucked up, by the way. That's not YouTube doing it. He's choosing to do the setting where it says mute all the audio and makes it sound like shit.
So I'm going to try to enable streamer mode and fix that.
You could leave it sounding beautifully, and then you don't get any ad revenue, which is, again, 20 cents.
See, what you don't understand is this is the cycle. You fuck up all of the audio, so in 10 years on DSP Throwbacks, we can remaster this gameplay through, and we can rewatch it and re-advertise on it.
Good
Obviously.
Point. Good point. Ooh, look at the birds. Okay.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Birds. I like
I'm
birds.
gonna do that.
They're cute. Wish I could have
Think
one.
about feeding them, but there's bird flu. I think I might feed the birds this spring.
Oh.
Gonna get outside and garden too.
Nice. I went hiking today myself. Touched some grass.
Oh shit, hiking? I've been
the
reading more
kids.
Warhammer books,
Ooh.
novels.
Well,
very good.
It was the first. You had me in the first half, then you went to the second half. You
Brother,
are trying to get
we
married
are
at some point, right? It's just letting you know.
We are unleashing a bomb on the planet that literally eradicates a billion people. Okay, we're going crazy.
Okay, fair enough. Now, when your wife asks what you're reading, you don't. I mean, not your wife yet, but you know your partner. When she asks what you're reading, do you say the truth or do you kind of say something else? What do you do in that case?
We read right next to each other. Okay, and I do inform her when Isvan 3 is finally biting the bullet. She will know all of the people who die. It's very important.
Okay.
I am on Isvan 3, exactly.
Okay. Well, just tell her if she ever needs help to escape, just send me an email. That's fine. If she wants to escape.
Okay.
Make sure that saved.
I know you specialize in helping
Okay.
No.
poor spouses get away from their...
Don't make this. Don't do this to Mike style fan fiction.
Good evening, everyone. All right, everyone ready to start?
Yes,
Again, guys, please support the
please.
stream. Remember that your support allows me to keep playing this game. We get almost no viewership on it, but I do
Okay.
enjoy it. And because you've supported it, I've been able to keep playing it. So if we keep that moving, then I can keep playing the game. Okay?
Okay. Game on. Any tip from out? We are out so fast. It'll be so fast clock out. I promise you.
It's true.
Any tip from now on? Go.
Alrighty, let's get started. Here we go.
Here we go.
Okay,
All right,
everyone.
everyone.
Well, good evening, and
Damn
welcome
it.
back to Disco Elysium. Been a week. You know, I play
Pretty
this
close.
game once a
Big
week.
week.
And when we play it, it's definitely one of the most unique games I think I've ever played with the way that, everything works in this game. So what we did last time,
Please, I need a recap. I wasn't here.
if you
All right.
remember,
I'm
available-
going
we
live.
Maybe-
Go.
Go
The
has
big
access
boss.
to the whirling trash.
I kind of want to see his answer on this one. Is it true Smart Guys is dead, or will there be more? Says Big Boss. Let's see. That
You
doesn't
would find
count,
a
by the way.
sad tape to
Answer the
holding
question, Philip.
Where's
Cares?
our
Who
map? Use that up.
cares? Who cares?
I think
Who
there's a
cares?
store.
Who cares? Who cares? Who
Okay.
cares?
Well,
What is this, Frit? What magazine are you reading?
Is he gonna skip the
Say that.
question?
I think this speaks to you.
Is he mirroring himself?
Feature. Who's the numero uno? I bet you.
I'm not really supposed to.
So we just got 25.
Is he? No, he's not. But it kind of looks like it, doesn't it?
You don't work for
What, that he looks all slanted?
He looks mirrored, but he's not. But it just looks mirrored.
Waiting for you to respond. Okay.
Yeah, he does have that. He does appear to have that that extra slant that he has
Oh.
when you flip him.
He is mirrored, they say. So here, I'll do
Okay,
that. I'll
yeah.
hey, watch this. Okay, now he's back to normal.
They're really tall.
At all.
It's so
If you
odd
hear
his
anything,
face
let us
works
know,
like
okay?
that. I can't think of
Yeah.
anybody else
Okay.
I've seen where like I can flip their face in a photo and they're so horrid looking,
Thanks for your help.
like
I
exponentially.
guess that's it. All right, at least we got 25 bucks. Bumper, let you highlight stuff.
It's going to flip back in a second, though. Hang on. Now we're flipping the
colourful
mirrored.
display of cigarettes and alcohol bottles lined in that glowing love. Alcohol.
Just to inform you that both alcohol and damage your health. But I guess you already know that.
Tell me more. Do you sell any under-the-counter vices?
Ooh, yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah,
So
we
I'm
gotta pick
into.
one.
Frick
I'm into
only
those.
sells legal drugs, like the law says.
Oh, shoot.
What about speed?
Huh? Speed. Like. Speed.
Yeah,
Speed.
what's speed do?
No. Frick doesn't do that.
Of course not. Frit is an establishment that acts within the law. Is that all, detective?
Do we buy like what?
Oh, God, this
Stinky
sucks,
spots to
man.
worry about.
Yeah. What are we looking at live?
Oh, I
How's
guess-
that looking?
More endurance. I could put. Is going to take. I'm posted a $2 super chat.
Yeah, here we
Is
go.
it true Smart Guys is dead? Will there be more? Tomorrow is my big post WrestleMania Smart Guys super show.
Oh, God.
After tomorrow, I'm not going to do it Thursday. I'm going to at least take a week's break. I'm going to think about it. Think about, do I want to do the show again? If I do, do I want to just do WWE? Do I maybe want to do other things like NXT or AEW?
It's over, Johnny.
Rather than Raw and SmackDown. I just don't know. I want to see how tomorrow goes. I'm dedicating 4 hours of my streams tomorrow.
Oh, so programming note. Tomorrow I'll be doing the pre-stream, and then we'll watch the wrestling show until they start talking about wrestling, if you know what I'm saying. You know exactly what that means, chat. You know what I'm saying. Like, as soon as he talks about wrestling, we're out. All right? So, but the pre-stream will be on tomorrow, and I'll be with Wolverine Doll in the house. So that'll be pretty hype tomorrow. Yeah, Wolverine Doll. Get us ready for the ka-ching of the ring. The previous winner will be in the house tomorrow. And yeah, we could do that on Honest Fish. We'll see if I have time tomorrow. I do want to watch that. Maybe I'll do that, and then we'll do the pre-stream. But we'll see. That'll be tomorrow. Let's go.
Tomorrow to this show. So if the show does well and has good views and engagement and support, maybe I'll be like, oh, people want the wrestling. Okay, let's do it. But if it ends up being slow and things don't go well, then I'll probably be like, oh, people don't want this, and I'll maybe stop doing it. I don't know.
And I think that's what'll happen. Now that the drama with PPP would be over, he's not getting guests anymore. Nobody gives a shit about wrestling.
Yep.
We get ready.
Hey, getting live. Working our way to live here.
Clear side.
Or is it Boosie? Whatever, however you pronounce it. Why not cover all of wrestling? Because there's just too much. Shows. Okay. This person is back.
We're on. I think we're done. Big ups to Meta Gaming. Warhammer, is he Atlus Librarian Firstborn? Thoughts, Atlus?
Well, part of the name was I was heavy into Warhammer, so maybe it was inspiration style. I've been a big Warhammer fan for a while.
How long did you wait to let your partner know that you did have a Warhammer thing going on? Did you go right away, first date style? Did you come later?
Developed it after we were already together, so she was kind of trapped with all of the good qualities before I developed my horrible disfigurement.
That's unfortunate. Warhammer. God damn it. All right, here we go. I think we're out of here. Let's go.
Being real with you. Okay?
Wait, hold on.
You get people that excited about watching me draw or have to do multiple ever watch all of this wrestling. And then all that, I just don't feel like I have the amount of draw or pull in the internet wrestling community to get people that excited about watching me cover all that kind of wrestling.
Everything, yes.
Doing the one show a week seems to be working. If I were to do more than one show a week, I don't think we get nearly the amount of attention.
Okay. I think we're done, guys.
I just received an incredibly generous
Yes, we're done.
$100 anonymous tip. So I guess this person is back again. The person who always supports this stream. Thank you so very much, whoever this is. They have something to ask, but let me do the animation and get everything up on the leaderboard first.
Please.
$100, my friends. Thank you.
And
now my leaderboard is on my own face.
Okay.
That's good.
It's not a leaderboard, but okay.
Oh, it's like a alert notification.
So now we're at 115, meaning we have 35 more to go for tonight. Not much to ask, considering we just started the stream, right? I'm pretty sure we can hit that by the end of the stream.
Obviously.
You know, if you're going to be dented, I at least have to be grateful that you're dented inconvenience to me.
Yes.
Playing, or any plans on playing 9 Souls as part of your indie streams? Thanks for your enjoyable content. Right now, because I am playing Disco Elysium once a week, because I have started up Minecraft again.
We have to be nice to this guy. We're going to tell him no, but...
Okay. Right. I really don't have plans to add another indie stream to the mix. In fact, what we're doing this week, we're going to do a Lego stream, which we haven't done in many weeks. We're going to get back into the swing of things doing that.
But if you keep giving me $100 bills, that could change.
And we got a game that's finishing this week, Atomfall, but a new game, Player Obscure Expedition 33. So with all of that going on right now, I honestly have not looked at new indie games.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not saying that I won't or never will, but I'm just kind of playing and focusing in on the stuff we're doing right now, plus this new release this week. That's what we're trying to do. At one point, I was playing like 7 games, and I was making no progress in any of them, so I had to like calm down with that. And now we're wrapping up certain games, which is good. So right now,
just keep the money coming,
is what the rotation is, and I'm not looking to add any more games to it at this point. I may in the future, just not now.
So come back, check back often.
Okay, awesome. Remember, guys, if you'd like to talk to me tonight, please tag me in the chat.
All right, don't want to tag him in chat. That's it, my friends. We are out of here. Atlus, any final words for the beautiful people out there?
No, thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate all you guys being here on Sunday night. I really like this show. ALT is always so down in the dumps about it, but I love being here.
That's not true. I'm very positive. Go sub to Atlus if you're not. We'll see you next week, maybe. You never know about this show, but you're all legend. We'll see you tomorrow if nothing else. Here is the outro for Sunday night. Bye.